I got you into a Remington party. What's my thanks? It's on the hallway carpet. I got paid in puke. Lick it up, baby. I got paid in puke.
Welcome to Paid in Puke, the podcast where we discuss female-driven films through an inclusive feminist lens, with the help of the 1988 film Heathers. Paid in Puke is hosted by Jessica Baxter, Amy Green, and Christina Barr. It's also a spoiler-filled free-for-all. You've been warned. Welcome to Paid in Puke, where it's our 2026 Oscar episode. Woo. I'm Baxter.
I'm Amy.
I'm Christina.
And once again, we are very proud to welcome the Oscars extraordinaire, Denise Rodriguez.
Hello.
Welcome back to Paid in Puke, Denise.
Thank you.
We're recording this pretty early due to scheduling conflicts, so we don't have a ton of details about the ceremony itself, but we do know that the nominations came out on January 22nd. They were announced by Danielle Brooks and Louis Pullman, and it will be broadcast live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood on ABC Sunday, March 15th, 2026 at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and will also stream on Hulu. And Conan O'Brien is coming back to host. There are two fun developments this year. The first one is they are finally requiring that all the Academy voters watch every movie. Insane that this is the first time they're making that requirement. And then second, they added a category. The first category they've added, it's been, I think someone said 30 years or something. Editor's note. The last time the Oscars added a category was in 2001 with the addition of the Best Animated Feature category. And it's the casting category, which is awesome. And we've definitely talked before about how they should have a casting category. And now they do. And it's especially interesting because I realize, most casting agents are women. So it's an extra important category to add. There's only one man in this category this year. So as usual, we'll run through each of the big categories. That's the 4 acting categories. Best Director, Best Picture. We're also definitely going to talk about the casting one. And then we each choose a category to discuss.
It's just like there are people I work with and our job is being popular and shit.
An overview of the very exciting, record-breaking nominations. Ryan Coogler's Sinners led with 16 nominations, and that is now the most nominations for any movie in the Oscars, which is so cool. It's just amazing that a movie that cool is nominated for so many Oscars. We'll get to that. And then coming behind them is Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another with 13 nominations. And then other movies with multiples are Sentimental Value, and Frankenstein, and Marty Supreme, and Hamnet. I have heard people talk about a Color Purple situation. Color Purple had 11 nominations in 1985, and they won 0. So we're definitely hoping that doesn't happen with Sinners.
I'll say Sinners is a much better movie than Color Purple. In my opinion.
True. It's not that great.
What is your damage, Heather?
But first, let's talk snubs. Who's got a snub?
I do.
Yes.
As you tell, I've been waiting. Sorry, Baby.
Oh my God, right?
That movie. 0.
It
Absolute
was
goose egg for that.
maybe my top movie of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I really,
My
really
top 5
loved it.
for sure.
And I'm mad that it didn't get nominated for anything.
Did Eva Victor win something? Golden Globe? Or
She did.
It's a they.
Yes, sorry, they. I actually came here prepared to say they and then just completely spaced it. Yes. Won Best New Filmmaker of the Year from the Boston Society of Film Critics. It was nominated for Best Original Screenplay for the Critics' Choice Award. It was nominated for British Independent Film Award in the International Independent Film category. It was nominated in 3 categories at Cannes and was a nominee from the Directors Guild. It was a Golden Globe nominee for acting. It's won a number of awards. It was nominated for Independent Spirit Award. It won the Seattle International Film Festival Seattle Film Critics Society Feature Film Award. And it won something at Sundance. The Alliance of Women Film Journalists nominated it for Best Original Screenplay and Best Director, Best Screenwriter, and Best Breakthrough Performance. And it won for Screenwriter. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it got a lot of love from a lot of places and just not the Academy, which is annoying.
Editor's note. Since this recording, Naomi Ackie won an Independent Spirit Award for Best Supporting Actress, and Eva Victor won for Best Screenplay. It also won Best First Feature at the Astra Awards, and the Sundance Award was called the Waldo Saltz Screening Award.
Did you have a brain tumor for breakfast?
Yeah. I wonder if a lot of people just didn't see it. I remember it had a pretty limited run. We were lucky enough to get to see it in the movie theater, but yeah, that movie was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
one of my
I was
favorites.
thinking about that today, and I loved it, and it's so up my alley big time, like the kind of thing that I'd love to watch, but I feel like maybe it was just sort of too small a movie for people to get behind or something. You know, I feel like sometimes Oscar movies are big, and this is such a lovely, small, subtle, nuanced movie. But it's really disappointing it's not anywhere in here.
I feel like it's one of the best representations I've ever seen on film about sexual assault, and it's a movie about healing, which I liked because often when we see sexual assault in films, it's more like that's what the film is about. And it's about the pain, and obviously there's pain involved in this, but I felt like the whole story is like her healing journey. It just seemed like a different treatment of it that felt more accurate to me.
I also feel like it's about a big transitional period in life where a whole bunch of things happened in that one year where the roommate moves away and the roommate is pregnant and all those other things. It's just like everything changed at once, and it was unfortunate that the first thing that happened to change everything was the assault. Yeah,
I loved it. The two things that stand out for me is like the scene where she tells her friend what happened, and it's just such a like perfect friend reaction, you know, because she's like very validating, but she's not getting like all worked up herself. Like for me, that's very hard when you tell someone a sad thing and now you're dealing with their emotions too, you know.
totally.
You know, and she's like, well, it sounds like he moved his hand away a lot of times, and that was bad, you know. And then the scene too when they're at the doctor afterward, and the doctor is so cold and like, you know, but also like they're keeping their sense of humor, you know, and he's telling her, well, you shouldn't have taken a bath, you should have come right here, and she's like, I will definitely keep that in mind for the next time.
I loved that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and that feels like very real. That's why I like that movie so much more than like Hamnet, for example, which I know is a good movie, but it's so big, and it's like, here's someone, you know, she's sad because she's crying really hard and loud, and this is for me so real. Like, you know, you can still laugh when you are very upset, you know, and it doesn't mean that the thing that happened is not very upsetting, you know. It's like what it means is maybe that's your coping, or that's just who you are, you know. I mean, now that I'm talking about it so much, I'm like, you're right. It should be all over here.
And also where you have to keep living your life, which I feel like in a Hamnet situation, like, it's not that she didn't stop living her life, but like all the scenes after that are about the grief specifically. And then I liked in Sorry Baby, she also has to go to work and she has to have jury duty.
And she, and she still like is killing it at work and gets the youngest person to become faculty or something like that.
Yeah,
And
there's
that, like, rival, jealous rival.
There's a lot of places in that film where we see how systems fail. Because the doctor, everything you said about the doctor, he's horrible, but also the scene with the two women that represent the university and being like, well, we can't really do anything. And then they're like, but we understand because we're women.
Right.
And they were so like tool of the patriarchy.
Right.
Where she's like on a jury duty.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
the
so
other
fun.
part.
That was an interesting scene too. Really
When they
put
start reading what she wrote, she's like, okay, I didn't know you were going to read it.
Right? Like maybe let's not
Like,
say
you
this
crossed
in
this out
front
and
of
wrote
everyone.
tall.
And then
Horrible.
you have to explain when you say, like, I have a conflict of interest, then you have to explain what it is, and it's, like, this horrible, traumatizing thing, and you have to say it to this room full of lawyers and strangers.
Just many ways in which the multiple systems we interact with aren't very human or, like, geared to allow people to be human.
That's so true. Yeah, that was a big-time bullshit snub.
Yeah.
My biggest besides that is Jesse Plemons.
Yes.
Yes.
And I will say, it's a really strong category. I feel like it's a really good year for movies and the nominees in general.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen Secret Agent, although I'm going to see it tomorrow. But I still feel like you could take someone out and put in Jesse Plemons because...
Yeah,
he
well,
was
you
so
could
good.
get rid of Leo, I think. Or you could do the category fraud thing that they love to do, like how Jacob Elordi is in supporting actor. But I would get rid of Sean Penn.
No, he was in supporting. Oh, I see what you
I'm
mean.
saying if we're like really talking about who we would get rid of.
I get rid of Timothy, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I'm usually a stan.
That's probably who I would take out.
Yeah.
I don't know, Secret Agent. No, I don't think he was bad. I thought he was very good. Everyone that I've seen in this was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Jesse Plemons was very good.
He wasn't just good. He was outstanding. He was, in my opinion, like the center of the movie. And I think that Emma Stone is a wonderful actress and everything she does is great work. But he was the shining part of the movie to me.
I mean, he was driving the entire plot. That was everything was about his mission. Oh, I love that movie so much.
I think also, like, he's so good and has been for so long in such great range, you know? And I'll tell you, like, when I watched Breaking Bad, I was like, I'm never going to watch anything with Jesse Plemons again. I hated Todd so much. I mean, he played such a bad guy on Breaking Bad,
Todd
you know?
That's good acting.
I know. And then it was like, I got too invested in that show. I don't usually get invested in shows at all. And then he was in Other People, and it's like,
the sweetest
Great. Friday Night Lights. Landry.
Oh, I didn't.
He's got so much range. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like he's the Philip Seymour Hoffman of our day right now. Like, in terms of, we could go any direction.
Right. I mean, he's like the cop in Game Night. It's so funny.
And it's
I love
really
that movie.
nuanced. He like brings so much nuance to that character that probably on the page would not have had all that.
Right.
And then, what else was I thinking of?
Civil War.
Civil War.
He was terrifying.
Where, speaking of, like, absolutely terrifying, and acting in a scene with his wife, and then they had to go home and share a bed together after that. I'm like, how did she do that? Jesse Plemons is really good, and I hope to see him up for something, although it'll probably be one of those, like, years down the line, like, sorry, we didn't recognize you earlier.
We forgot.
I was comforted to see that he was nominated for a BAFTA.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah,
He
they
was-
know what's up.
Yeah. And he won a Golden Globe.
Oh, good, yeah.
Good.
Usually the Golden Globes and the BAFTAs are a lot more tasteful, I think.
Well, in Golden Globes, too, it's like you get 2 categories, right?
They just have more opportunities.
Yeah.
What other snubs?
I'm going to say Die My Love because that was like my favorite movie of 2025. I just felt so much watching it. I did have pretty bad postpartum depression and it didn't go Die My Love directions, but I just understood that character completely and I thought she was brilliant at portraying this character who's hurting so much and then everybody around her doesn't know how to help her. And they just want her to feel better, but they don't know how to do that. And that's what's really frustrating to her is that she just wants to be seen. And she knows that everyone wants her to just be happy. And she just literally can't do that. And that is just such a complicated female experience that you don't see portrayed very often. Or if you do, it's like in a really Oscar-y, Bader-y way. And Lynn Ramsey is such a subtle filmmaker. I mean, I'd love to have seen her on there somewhere. Adapted screenplay, director, cinematography. It's absolutely beautiful. The sound design is insane. I can't believe it's nowhere to be found.
I feel like it just didn't pick up any steam. You know?
Yeah.
I definitely didn't love it as much as you did, but I did really like it. But I thought she was just great. Again, I feel like this is a pretty strong category, but I don't feel like a lot of people could have played that part that well.
No.
Because it's like she kind of sucks in a lot of ways, like to deal with. Like anytime she's interacting with anyone, you're like worried. You're like, you know.
You don't know.
But she's also like pretty charming if she wants to be, and she's like really funny.
You can see why everyone loves her.
Right.
I love her.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
And then her interviews circuit has been so great. She's just such a fun
So
interview.
cool and fun.
she's
I
a fun
love
interview.
her.
I love it. Yes.
Movies with characters with depression, not really a perspective you see a lot. She did so much with it. Just like the isolation and...
And you know what? Robert Pattinson was so good too. And I was listening to an interview with J Law, and she was saying how in the book the husband is kind of a dud, and you're just like, why is she with this guy? But Robert Pattinson made it so that you understood exactly what attracted them together in the first place, why they had a bond, why it was so hard for both of them. You felt really bad for like everyone involved.
Yeah.
And that was such a nuanced portrayal as well.
Right, that's why I love that he's such a confident actor, that he's not trying to get any attention in that role, you know?
Yeah.
Like, for me, he's like the opposite of Christian Bale, who's like, don't forget I'm acting and I'm one of the great ones, you know? Just, like, he's just being this character.
He just has an amazing instincts, Robert Pattinson does. Like, you can't teach it, I don't think, what he has.
Right.
Or the hair, as I like to call him.
He does have beautiful hair, it's true.
That was my secret Twilight reference.
Oh, okay,
none of
sorry.
us
I
got it.
was
It's like,
Twilight?
well, you know, he's got really good hair in general, but what's her name? Jessica? The friend that's very catty towards Bella. She's like, oh yeah, That's Edward. When she's giving the speech during the wedding, she's kind of like a little bit catty and jealous in her speech. And then she's like, Edward comes along, or the hair, as I like to call him.
He does have great hair.
He has great hair. Yeah. I did not see Die My Love yet because, first of all, it had really mixed reviews. And so I was not excited about it. I also thought it was about a subject matter that might be difficult. Sometimes I prefer films that offer an escape from reality. And a lot of times the Oscar films are films that are like another giant dose of reality that's been like amped up to be more horrible. So I wasn't very excited. And then when it didn't get nominated, I was like, phew. But I knew we would have to talk about it. I just didn't get to it yet. So I'll watch it eventually. I just didn't get to it before today. I prioritized Sorry Baby.
Oh, so good.
That's, I mean, no judgment there.
Okay, I think that Frankenstein and literally every superhero movie that came out this year were snubbed in the visual effects category. Cover Up was a surprise miss in the documentary category.
Tell us about that.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it, but I know. So leading up to the Oscars, I keep track of what all the buzz is. And so I go to like Variety and Entertainment Weekly and like all the places, Gold Derby, and I look and see like what are people talking about. And they will give you rankings of the top 30 things, and Cover Up was up there the whole time. Like at no point was it slipping or anything. So that category actually was the category that had the most movement from like what everyone thought was going to be nominated to what actually got nominated. So
What's Cover Up about?
Journalism.
American journalism or global journalism?
I think a specific journalist.
Oh, okay. I'll let you.
I'm going to Google it and then I'll tell you. In my friend group, the people who watched it have all thought it was really great. Seymour Hersh has been at the front lines of political journalism in the United States. Hersh's breakthrough reportage has brought to the public's attention many of the most damning constitutional wrongdoings and cover-ups.
Oh, yeah.
And so the film is about him. Explores the investigative journalism career of Seymour Hersh, a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist who covered the My Lai massacre during the Vietnam War and the Abu Ghraib torture scandal during the Iraq War. So the film's about his work.
Okay.
And had a really great reception and was definitely near the very top of the list. It has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
It just was kind of like surprising. It's been nominated for like Critics' Choice and a couple of other places. It was shortlisted but didn't make the cut for a nomination, and that was kind of a surprise.
I haven't seen any of these documentaries.
I haven't either. Again, I like to escape reality.
Yeah.
And documentaries are usually like the worst parts of our reality, so they can be difficult, but...
It's true.
And then, have any of you seen The Testament of Anne Lee?
No, I want
I
to.
want to see that.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
As a film, my one-word review is tedious.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
However, I would have not been surprised to see it in the costumes category.
Because I think Amanda Seyfried was kind of
Yeah,
in the
she was
conversation.
Yeah, I think she was
Okay.
like in the top 8.
Yeah, I
for-
think so too. I didn't see this movie and don't care about it that much, but kind of surprised that like last year Wicked was like everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Zero.
That is very surprising.
Yeah.
It's like we already did that.
Right.
A lot of it is the same, it seems like.
That's
But-
what my friend Stephanie said. She pointed out that everything was filmed at the same time and then
yeah.
split into 2 movies. And so could imagine where maybe voters felt like they were rewarding the same exact works twice.
Yeah.
Dipping.
Yeah. And also the first half was better than the second half and people liked it a lot better. So why would they reward it again? The one exception is none of the songs in the first half were original, so they weren't eligible to be considered for an Oscar, but there were 2 original songs in the second half.
Okay.
The Girl in the Bubble was eligible. So that was one that did surprise me.
And I feel like the 2 actresses were totally in the conversation as frontrunners for nominations. Just
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah. Maybe now they'll think twice before splitting up a movie.
know.
Yeah.
This was one
Yeah.
play. So I don't think it had to be like 5 hours of movie.
Right.
And everyone knows the second act of most musicals is not as good as the first.
Right.
That's pretty common.
I was surprised that Avatar is nominated in the costumes category. Mostly.
not?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, it is.
That was a
Yeah.
surprise because I'm like,
Isn't it just all CG?
was it just, yeah, like,
Yeah.
what happened there? I guess they did a thing where they actually had the costumes on display on the movie lot and you can like come and look at them and that convinced people.
Oh,
They did a campaign.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
but-
Yeah.
I'm not Avatar anything. I don't want. Don't care. I'm never gonna see another Avatar movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see that one. Every year I see all of the films, and some years there's certain films that it's like torture to have to go see them. But I have been more lenient with myself in recent years, and I have allowed myself to skip films, and I am skipping that one because I don't need any more Avatar movies in my life.
I went to it and
Life
I
is too
had a
short.
terrible experience.
Really?
Well, I don't want to go
Something happened
into
at the
it.
movie.
Well, it was so long, and like I had to go to the bathroom really bad. I was in the middle, which is, you know, the best seats or whatever. We were seeing it in like 3D, and I had to like climb over all these people to like go to the bathroom. It was just horrible. And I was like, if I'm going out, I'm not coming back in. So I went and I didn't go back into the movie.
Oh, wow.
And you don't feel like your life is worse for missing
No,
the ending?
Andrew wanted to see it a second time too,
my God.
and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
So you left Andrew?
Well,
did something else?
I mean, like, between the 45 minutes of previews and the end of the movie, it's like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And there are so many
Yeah.
moments where I'm like, okay, it's almost over. You know, like,
I'm not
and then-
judging you. I was just trying
this-
to understand what happened.
But you want to hear this.
no, it was just like my bladder was just like.
But you said you didn't go back in, right? So
I
you just
did
waited
not.
in the
I did not go back. It had like 20 more minutes or something.
Oh, okay.
But I
You were
was
close
just
to
like,
that.
fuck this.
Wow, yeah. They're so long, and he's got so many more that he wants to make. Why do we need to indulge this? I looked it up. It's because they make $1 billion.
Yeah.
That movie made literally $1 billion.
Yeah.
Profit was a
Profit,
film because it
yeah.
cost $1 billion to make, but it brought in $2 billion. So
Yeah.
that's a lot.
Wow.
I've never seen an Avatar movie. No plans to.
I only saw the first one because my mom loved it. Loved it. Like one of her favorite movies ever. And for years she was like, you have to watch Avatar. I love it so much. And I was like, I know I'm not going to like it. So she bought me the DVD and mailed it to me.
Oh, wow.
And we reference this all the time because she put a little post-it note on it with her description of the movie, which was, a paraplegic hero is transformed and helps to save a beautiful world. Which is just a nicely written sentence, but it's a trash movie. And then she came to visit and she was like, have you watched Avatar yet? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, we're watching it right now. And she basically like forced me to sit down and watch the movie.
Oh my God.
I hated the Sam Worthington character. He's just this Marine who his family is Na'vi, and he knows that the humans are coming or whatever. I don't know. I just felt like he was shitty. Like, shitty
Yeah.
to his family. He's, like, trying to force his wife to use all these guns and weapons, and, like, that's not who she is. It's just, I did not like it. It's all supposedly about, you know, family or whatever. And I'm just like, I just did not like that guy. That's on me, guys. That's how I feel.
I agree with you. Okay, we don't have to talk about Avatar anymore.
I have another snub.
Okay.
Unless you
I
want to
have a
save it
couple-
for the category.
I have a couple more snubs too, so
Do
go
it.
ahead.
No, you go.
Okay, the Phoenician scheme,
Oh, yeah.
which I loved so much. I thought it was one of Wes Anderson's best movies, and I love Wes Anderson in general anyway, but I just thought it was fantastic. I thought it was so funny, and I felt a little kinship to the relationship with the sort of estranged dad who's trying to have a relationship with his daughter after all these years, and Michael Cera is amazing.
Yeah, he's
I
really
just loved it, and it was just like it never happened. So that made me sad.
Jennifer Lawrence was the biggest one. I'm
Yeah.
like, I wish she would have gotten the nomination. But also Chase Infinity was so
that was
good.
surprising.
Yeah.
She was almost like a leading role, I
I
think.
think she had more screen time than Tiana Taylor.
And it's,
That's
She was
the
up for
category she
leading.
was up for, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah, I thought she was so good. Those were my big snubs.
You have another?
I have another. Jafar Panahi for Best Director. He's the director that did It Was Just an Accident.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Which was in the discussions several months leading up as a Best Picture potential, and he was definitely in the top 5 and not even considered a maybe for Best Director. And he actually got bumped by Josh Safdie, who, according to reports, is an asshole. So, not excited about that. First of all, Jafar Panahi was the first Palme d'Or winner in 3 years not to get a Best Director nomination.
Wow, crazy.
And I feel like if being best director is supposed to be about being ambitious, technically, artistically, or creatively, and doing like a well-executed vision, the fact that this film even exists is kind of like above and beyond whatever your best criteria could be for best director. Like, they had to film it under extreme conditions, like entirely in secret. They literally had to give the cast fake scripts in case they got like raided, so they could see like, no, look, our script is totally fine. And they did get raided by the police. They were filming in Iran. They did not have permits because his work is often critical of the government. He, as a person, has served 2 prison sentences for violating censorship laws in Iran. Oh my God. The set was actually raided and the crew was detained temporarily. They had to smuggle the film out in order to get it to where it could be edited. To me, that seems like not only did you execute this film, but you did it under incredibly extreme circumstances, which seems
that's
like
a true outstanding achievement in directing.
Exactly. Like, how could you have a more outstanding achievement?
And I wonder if people like chickened out at the end of like, I don't even want to get on some.
Maybe they didn't watch it.
They gave it the best original screenplay nomination, but that's it.
Yeah. He definitely deserved to be up there for best director. He's also the only living director to have won all 3 of Europe's top directing prizes.
Wow.
The Golden Bear, which is Berlin, the Golden Lion, which is Venice, and the Palme d'Or, which is from Cannes.
Wow, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he also faces another year-long prison sentence when he returns to Iran after award season is over.
For the movie?
I don't know if it's for this movie, but for his work.
Oh my God.
And
is he going back?
He's really committed to going back. He was actually on Democracy Now! Recently and talking about going back, which is way braver than I am.
No kidding.
It's winning other awards, and he's really utilizing his time to highlight what's happening in Iran right now. Yeah. Like in an incredibly eloquent, powerful way.
And it's also legit, like, just a very good movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. It's on my list.
I liked it a lot.
I wanted to love it, but I liked it. But the premise is this guy who was in prison for being a dissident encounters someone that he is sure is the person who was part of torturing him and one of his jailers.
Whoa.
He wants to get his revenge, but he kind of wants to make sure.
Yeah.
So he's going around to try and find other people that he was in prison with to see if they can identify and confirm. And through that process, all of these people are trying to have their life again, but now they're getting like dragged back. They're having these big debates about, are we as bad as they are if we are going to try and get revenge on this person? So there's a lot of like really interesting dynamics happening between the group and people being like more militant or less militant, or more like, I just want to get on with my life, or more like, how could I possibly?
Yeah.
I know. That guy is so great.
He's like, just let me out. That's him.
He's a little like the comedic relief in that movie. They have to like hold him back. Anyway.
I want to see
Definitely
this.
do that.
I did not know what it was about.
And just know when you watch it, the whole thing was filmed in secret.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I have one for B final. So Mary Bronstein for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
I really liked
yes.
That was also my top 5 2025 movies. I loved it so much. It's her answer to Eraserhead from the mother's perspective. I think she brought it with the sound design. It's a personal script, and it's also kind of a good companion to Marty Supreme because she's married to Josh Safdie.
Oh, she is?
Oh,
yeah.
she really
is?
Editor's note. Baxter was confused about the details at the time of recording. Mary Bronstein is married to Ronald Bronstein, who is a close collaborator with the Safdies, but stayed with Josh when the brothers broke off to make their separate movies. Ronald Bronstein is sometimes called the third Safdie brother, which is where the confusion came from. Sorry. Like, in Marty Supreme, he's like, oh, I'm a douchebag, but I'm going to be a dad now. And it's like, I don't know if he did do that, though, because it's her personal story of parenting alone and having a sick kid. And it's also so funny. It's hilarious. And I'm so glad Rose Byrne is nominated.
I love Rose Byrne.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have loved to see Mary Bronstein for Best Director. And I would also have loved to see it for sound design. Maybe kick out F1, because for me it seems like I didn't see F1. I'm probably not going to, but it's like vroom vroom sounds. Right?
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that totally. Yeah, it was noisy. So okay.
My very first thing in my notes is F1. WTF? Why?
I just want to say one other thing about the stuff that people are saying right now about Josh Safdie. Like, I'm always like grain of salt with stuff that comes out at this time, especially like Marty Supreme is the movie that's getting the sort of smear campaign, like that's the most contentious about, like, well, we really want Leo this year, you know, stuff that's coming out right now. It feels like
it always happens every year.
Yeah.
Like around this time.
It does make sense that someone had something that they dropped, right? You know,
right. And like one of the things is something that someone did on the set of Good Time. The actor who was like not even really an actor, and now he's dead. And not that that's great, and maybe it wasn't handled well on set or anything, but I'm just wary of taking that at face value right now.
Totally. I also think another part of it is that no one knows why the Safdie brothers stopped working together. Like, they never spoke about it, so people are like, this is it,
That's why, yeah.
Right. It's like, they still haven't confirmed or denied.
Yeah, I mean, the stories that I read about it are saying that was what broke up their creative partnership, was sort of how they handled it.
Right, but like, who's saying that? You know, I mean, I feel like it is still just conjecture, unless it's like Josh or
I'd want to hear from one of them today.
Right. Yeah, it is 4 days after the nominations came out is when the story broke.
They're pretty convenient timing.
Yeah.
But in terms of Josh Safdie being kind of an asshole, like, I think that's substantiated by him. He's like said, I am an asshole and I haven't been a present dad.
Right. And also like his movies are always about like some guy who like fucks shit up and makes stupid decisions. You know, I mean it's like he's letting us know.
I will just highlight that Benny Safdie, who is the other half of that former partnership, his film The Smashing Machine was nominated for makeup. I didn't realize he also was the director for Uncut Gems.
They did it together.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. But I think Smashing Machine is Benny's without Josh.
Now I understand why they were in Yeast. I remember watching that, like, why are the Safdie brothers in this movie? Well, that makes more sense.
I didn't see The Smashing Machine either. It's just not my thing. But I do like Benny Safdie, though, a lot. I loved The Curse.
I was going to ask what you thought of The Rock in that movie. He was kind of floating around 7th or 8th or something in the acting. Some people thought he did a really good job. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I did think he did a really great job. And he was very understated, which I feel like is a departure for him. Like in the other like roles where he's just such a force. But I mean, it's also a movie like Marty Supreme where it's about losing and dealing with losing. And Dwayne Johnson plays the UFC or like the Ultimate Fighting or something like that. It's UFC, like he was a star while the sport was coming up and while they were making all the rules. And it's a sport where you can do a lot of really dangerous moves that aren't legal in other fighting sports. And just what it puts these athletes' bodies through. And then he eventually becomes addicted to painkillers because the nature of like having to keep going out there. And Emily Blunt was good in it too. And like their relationship was a little, you could see like negative things about her character and what she was doing and then also what her perspective was. I thought it was interesting. But there were a lot of parts where I think both Josh Safdie and Benny Safdie do it too, but there's a lot of like very mundane cuts of like, do we really need to see him pushing the grocery cart all the way through the... And then there's like a scene in the elevator where he like goes down a couple floors and it's like, do we really have to see that elevator ride? Or you know what I mean?
It's interesting how some people can get away with that and some people cannot.
I felt like there was a lot of that in the Smashing Machine, and I was just like, could have cut that out probably.
Because like I think there were long takes in Marty Supreme too, but that movie doesn't feel like it drags at any point to me.
I agree.
So it's kind of interesting how, I don't know what it is, it's just a je ne sais quoi of how do you make a long take of something interesting or long scene of someone just doing something, processes. Vince Gilligan for TV is also really good at doing that, in my opinion.
Yeah. I just want my high school to be a nice place. Amen. Did that sound bitchy?
Okay, let's start with casting. I'm just going to read all the names first. Nina Gold for Hamnet. Jennifer Venditti for Marty Supreme, Cassandra Koulakundis for One Battle After Another, Gabriel Dominguez for The Secret Agent, and Francine Meisler for Sinners.
I feel like with most of these categories, it comes down to One Battle After Another versus Sinners. Sinners is so good, and like people are not going to be happy if One Battle After Another wins all of these awards over Sinners. I really like the Marty Supreme cast too. Even like these side characters, like Fran Drescher as his mom, and Sandra Bernhard as his mom's friend in the building. So many.
Everybody's talking about Abel Ferreira.
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of torn on the Kevin O'Leary casting. Like, I get why he was the guy, because he's like Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank or whatever. I didn't think it was necessarily bad or good, but it was just an interesting choice. I think it's between One Battle After Another and Sinners.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you're right.
I
And
agree.
right now, Sinners is leading on the Gold Derby, but it does seem like it could go either way. But for me, I want to see Sinners because it's very worthy of pretty much everything it was nominated for. But, I mean, the cast is undeniable. Like, every single person is killing it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Sinners is my pick,
And
too.
one person killing it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't get that many people to play two characters. A lot of people have tried. You can't get that many people to do it and have it not feel gimmicky. You totally forget that it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going for, but it doesn't always come off that way.
I keep seeing online people saying, I keep seeing pictures of the cast, and then I'm like, where's the other brother? I keep forgetting that it was the same person.
And especially because they're twins and they're so different. Like, that's really an interesting dynamic to me, just in general, when twins are really different from one another.
He did all this research about twins.
Oh, really?
Like, for that role, yeah. Like, kind of.
It's awesome.
For me, the casting in Sinners is special. Like, I think the casting in One Battle After Another is great. I mean, the whole cast was fantastic. But Sinners had something special to me, which is the people who are in those roles have a personal connection to aspects of their character. I don't know if that was why they got picked or if it was something that they came to afterwards. But for example, in Haley Steinfeld's case, she discovered that her grandfather is half black because of the research she was doing into her character. So she was already in the role before that happened. But Omar Miller's grandfather was a sharecropper in Mississippi. And Miles Caton has a music background. And then Wunmi has Yoruba ancestors. And so I thought it was really interesting that a lot of the people had a direct personal link to something about their character.
Yeah.
That makes the film even more powerful because it was like really resonating for them.
It's about that aspect of America, too. The dark history and how things got woven together with, a lot of blood to make things woven together that way. Wow. Yeah. I'm sure we'll talk more about how Sinners is great.
Yeah. So that's why Sinners wins out over One Battle After Another for me.
Well, I think that just sums it up in general. One Battle After Another is a very good movie, and there's something just really special about Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
It's so special. And exciting. It's exciting how it's special. And it's very exciting how special it is.
I saw it when it came out, so it was like May. I was in LA for a music festival, and I was visiting my first cousin once removed. So she is my mother's first cousin. She's about 80. And we went to go to a movie together, and we went and saw Sinners. And her assessment was, well, now I can say I've seen a vampire movie. So I went into it as a fan of vampire movies. You might say I'm an expert. And vampire lore in general, in literature, I just like vampires. So I went into that expecting a vampire movie. And as far as vampire movies go, it just kind of was like, meh. If I didn't know that that's what was happening in the movie, it would have hit a lot differently. So seeing it as a vampire movie that has some things to say about race and cultural appropriation and assimilation is different than if I went into it as a movie about race and cultural appropriation and assimilation told through vampires, if that makes any sense.
It does.
And like flipping that in my mind is what changed my personal experience of the movie to be more powerful and amazing.
It makes perfect sense to me, too, because I didn't know it was vampires. Like, the first trailers we saw were very ambiguous. I thought it was demons, which, I mean, I guess it's not much different, demons and vampires, but I just thought it was like the one brother gets possessed by a demon and then all hell breaks loose. And then the other thing they concealed from the trailer was that it's a musical, which is like, you guys need to tell me if it's a musical. It'll get me in the door even faster. I mean, why are you hiding that?
Well, I feel like it's kind of borderline. I feel like it's a movie with music in it. Like,
Yeah.
But it's like a musical, like cabaret kind of. It's diegetic music.
Yeah, but cabaret still has like big musical numbers in it, where this is like people singing, like people who are musicians, and I mean, I feel like it's toss up. Like you could call it a musical, but I also think it's kind of genre bending in general.
Oh, definitely.
I would, if I was the one who got to decide. I don't think I would call it a musical.
Okay, interesting.
I think I agree with you that it's not a musical, but it is a film where music is a critical element of telling the story, and like is a plot point. Like the music is a plot point.
I loved that movie so much. I remember the twins were so excited to see it. I mean, that movie and Weapons, for me, those were the most exciting movies of the year because of going with them and how exciting it was. And like the story of these brothers coming back from making money in Chicago and trying to like pull all the people from their life, making this event happen. And I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it just was like so really good. Like such refreshing storytelling with all the relationships, and you see like how people grew up together.
They do a really good job of showing you the long history that everyone has with one another in a very short amount of time. And that's not easy to do without, you're my brother from way back, And they feel like it was all very natural, and you were able to suss out what everyone meant to each other.
I have more things to say about Sinners, but I feel like I'm going to save them for when we get to the cinematography discussion, because that's very cinematography oriented. But
all right,
there were certain things I loved about that.
Best Supporting Actor then, which also has Sinners in it, but Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. I do think Jacob Elordi should not have been in the Best Supporting Actor category. I thought he was great, but I was pretty front and center in that movie.
You think it's category fraud?
I disagree on both counts, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I love Jacob Elordi, but I don't think he was like anything special in this. But I also see it as a supporting role because he like barely talks. For like half the movie, he can only say one thing. I feel like Oscar Isaac is the lead.
It's one of those roles that I think the Academy really likes to nominate. He's disfigured, he's
beauty goes ugly.
Yeah. It's one of those roles, like he's a prisoner, and I guess I'm not surprised he got nominated.
I mean, for me, he's the one I would take out first to put in like Miles Caton from Sinners, but like, to be fair, I didn't like this movie at all. It's so not my kind of movie anyway. All right, you put like Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi and Mia Goth, fine, I'll see it, But I feel like kind of anyone could have done that. I didn't feel like at all impressed by that performance.
He's very tall.
He's
so tall.
Yeah, he's so tall.
So any tall guy could have done that.
I wasn't crazy about it either. Guillermo del Toro is very hit or miss for me, and mostly miss. I like his style. He seems like a very nice guy, but his movies are always a little fluffy for me. They feel like they're made for kids.
The goth vibe gets my attention every time, so it definitely had that going for it. I mean, it's why I'm going to go see Wuthering Heights, too, because it's got a goth vibe. I didn't love the film. Like, I don't know that I would have it in the Best Picture category at all, to be honest.
I would not. That could definitely go.
I thought Stellan Skarsgård was, everybody in Sentimental Value was really great.
Yeah.
That was a wonderful movie.
And all of the leads that were nominated, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah. I did find out that Stellan is the first Best Supporting Actor in an international film. And every other acting category has already had somebody, but he's the first Best Supporting Actor from an international film.
Oh, okay.
Like nominated. Yeah. Like Fernanda Torres was nominated for I'm Still Here for Best Actress. Antonio Banderas was nominated for Best Actor in Pain and Glory. And Marina de Tavira was nominated for Roma for Best Supporting Actress. Okay. But Stellan's the first international film supporting actor. It's also his first nomination. And I always have a soft spot for people where it's their first nomination. He's been in the business for like 50-something years.
Yeah, I feel like he's like kind of strong for this.
Yeah.
Winning this one.
I think it's his to lose.
He's 81% on Gold Derby right now.
Yeah.
Editor's note. Following the actor awards, Sean Penn climbed to 51%, and Stellan Skarsgård is now in second place, with his odds at 36%. I loved Benicio del Toro and what about I would watch a whole movie with that character.
Yeah, are we doing like who we would vote for?
Yes,
and that's
definitely. That's who I would vote for.
Same.
Ocean waves, Bob. I love that.
I really liked him in that movie, but I feel like his character was kind of effortlessly cool. And that made what he did seem really effortless, which makes it hard to tell that it was good acting. If that makes it like the more effortless.
To me, that does make it seem like good acting.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people can't do that.
Like the counterpoint to that is Sean Penn, who the whole time I was watching that movie, I was like, this guy needs an Oscar because he is doing the most. And then I started to think about it where I was like, well, if you really see them doing the most, is that like...
His character was such a shitty person, too.
It's for such a long time, Sean Penn. Like, I can always just see him trying so hard.
He's always been like, I'm one of the great ones, you know.
That character, though, he walked like he had a stick up his ass.
Yeah.
Like, he just...
I can't think of anybody better for that role.
Then you see pictures of Bovino, right? Like getting demoted, and there's been a bunch of pictures. And it literally looks just like Sean Penn from one battle after another. Like, I challenge you to put two photos next to each other and look at them, and you're like, holy shit, that is who Sean Penn was like basing his character off of, I think. It's uncanny. Interesting seeing those two actors from the same film because their roles were so different and the way they approached their roles were so different. Like Benicio del Toro. I think he's so likable. I also think he's really well liked as a person. In Hollywood, I think he's like well liked.
Yeah.
I always do like a special themed menu for the Oscar party. And I'm always like, what should be on the menu this year? And I asked on Reddit for recommendations and everybody was like, a couple of small beers. You know?
Small beers.
A couple of small beers. Modelo, of course.
I would like to see him there for Phoenician Scheme as well, of course.
Yeah.
Can you get the same actor nominated in the category twice for different movies?
Oh.
Or is that not allowed?
I think you can get nominated twice, but not in the same category.
Okay. Editor's note. No actor has ever been nominated twice in the same year in the same category. However, 12 actors have been nominated in different categories in the same year. In 1944, actor Barry Fitzgerald was nominated for both Best Actor and Supporting Actor for the same role in the film Going My Way. This inspired a rule against such occurrences going forward. Other actors who received 2 nominations for separate films in the same year. Jessica Lange, 1982, Best Actress for Frances and Best Supporting Actress for Tootsie. Sigourney Weaver in 1988, Best Actress for Gorillas in the Mist, and Best Supporting Actress for Working Girl. Al Pacino in 1992, Best Actor for Scent of a Woman, and Best Supporting Actor for Glengarry Glen Ross. Holly Hunter in 1993, Best Actress for The Piano, and Best Supporting Actress for The Firm. Also in 1993, Emma Thompson received 2 nominations, Best Actress in The Remains of the Day, and Best Supporting Actress in the Name of the Father. Julianne Moore in 2002, Best Actress in Far From Heaven, and Best Supporting Actress in The Hours. Jamie Foxx in 2004, Best Actor for Ray, and Best Supporting Actor for Collateral. Cate Blanchett in 2007, Best Actress for Elizabeth, and Best Supporting Actress for I'm Not There. And Scarlett Johansson in 2019, Best Actress for Marriage Story, and Best Supporting Actress for Jojo Rabbit.
Emma Stone, I believe she was a producer on Bugonia. So she's nominated twice because Best Picture, it's the producers that are the ones who are nominated for Best Picture. Yeah. I really thought Conan O'Brien was really surprising and good in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Oh yeah, he was really good.
Maybe I would have considered him for supporting actor.
If I would have had someone, I would have had Bobby Cannavale from Blue Moon.
Oh, yeah.
Because his wife is nominated too. And I
guess.
love him.
Very solid.
I love Rose Byrne's acceptance speech of the Golden Globes about how he's at a reptile convention.
I want to thank my husband, Bobby Cannavale, who he couldn't be here because we're getting a bearded dragon and he went to a reptile expo in New Jersey. So thank you, baby.
We need to follow up on that bearded dragon situation. What did you name it?
Andrew Scott, too, was like, people were
very
talking about
good,
Andrew
yeah.
Scott should have had more love for his role.
I mean, I guess we'll get to it with Best Picture, but I would take out Frankenstein and I wouldn't mind Blue Moon being in there.
Yeah, me either. Having just seen it last night. I really liked it. I was very surprised
Such a
how much I liked
surprise
it.
how good that movie
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
There was a while where it dragged for me a little bit, but Yeah, Ethan Hawke was like a powerhouse.
I felt like it was like
The
just
whole movie.
solid, tight movie. I could not believe how much I liked that movie because I was watching it sort of like obligatory. I'm like, all right, let's watch this movie.
Homework.
It's like I've seen another Best Actor, and it's like, oh wow, this is very good.
Yeah. One thing I love about it is at the beginning, I saw Ethan Hawke's character, Lorenzo Hart. It was like, oh, he's kind of this like fun guy. He seems like fun to be around. He's telling jokes. He's very personable. And then at a certain point in the movie, he started to seem kind of pathetic and like grating. And I was just thinking like, yeah, that's literally like the point.
That's how alcoholics are.
Yeah.
Right?
And it just struck me as
And it
just
starts
like
with
even
this-
better acting, right?
Yeah.
Like playing your character in such a way that you take people on that arc. I mean, it's probably a combination of a great script and great acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you can how people are drawn to him and then also get annoyed with him.
Yeah.
That was so evident, his scenes with Andrew Scott.
Oh my
Yeah.
It was like there was so much mutual respect, and also it's like, oh, this guy. You know?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't do this
This
anymore
fucking
with you.
guy.
You see
Like, can
Andrew,
you just not be like that? That'd be so much better.
he's trying so hard to be like, we've had this really long, fruitful, productive relationship. And that he also is like, I need to get away.
Yeah. It starts
Yeah.
with those two quotes, and one is like, he was so happy, and the other one is, he's the most miserable person I've ever known. Editor's note. The two quotes which kick off the film Blue Moon are, quote, alert, dynamic, and fun to be around, unquote. Oscar Hammerstein II. Quote, the saddest man I ever knew, unquote. Mabel Mercer.
It's really
The person he
telling.
was writing, it's based on these letters he was writing, and the person who was receiving the letters is like, he's the most miserable man I ever knew. Very sad.
That movie surprised me too.
I just killed my best friend.
And your worst enemy.
Same difference.
Does anyone have anybody besides Benicio that want for supporting actor?
I mean, my original pick was Sean Penn, but then I've kind of like come around on it to now I'm sort of in the Stellan Skarsgård camp. Except I just want Delroy Lindo to win now.
Good too.
Because
Yeah.
it's his first nomination and he's been acting for like
been around
70 years or something.
I think he might have a chance for that reason, even though right now it's very Stellan forward.
Yeah.
But there's always that hope.
To be honest, I would not be mad at whoever wins that category.
I would be mad if Jacob Elordi did.
I'd be mad if Sean Penn won.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy if Sean Penn won, but mad is like a little strong. Based on performance, based on my feelings about Sean Penn, barf.
Yeah, he doesn't need any more encouragement.
Do you think
Right.
a character that shitty would win?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
people love big acting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Marty Supreme, he's a shitty
Not-
person.
Well,
I'll be mad if Timothy wins. I know it's controversial, but that's
Well,
the one I'll be
let's
mad
get
about.
into then Best Actor category. So Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. Didn't see The Secret Agent.
So good.
You liked
I have
it?
tickets
I really want to see it.
It's really good. By the time I got to go see it, it was not playing anywhere in Seattle anymore, so I drove down to Tacoma and saw it at the Grand Cinema.
Oh, cool.
And now I'm like in love with the Grand Cinema.
I
Oh,
love
right,
that
you were
place.
telling me.
Yeah, it's such a cute theater. It's got this great bakery coffee shop right next door.
Love it.
Anyway, really
I used
loved
to go there a
it.
lot when I lived in Tacoma. I'm so glad that it's still there because that was 20 years ago.
I feel like this was a very strong year in this category. There were a lot of good performances, and it is hard to say that people got snubbed because there was so much to choose from.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like
That's true.
Jesse Plemons needed to be in this category. He was outstanding, and I personally would replace Timothy Chalamet.
See,
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, I just don't see what was so great about his performance. I disliked his character so much it was hard to watch the movie. And I know I've had other people say that's good acting. Everyone I know who loved the movie so far is a man. And almost every woman I know didn't like it. Amy being the current exception. To me, it's like just what we need. Another movie about a shitty man taking advantage of everybody around him and like
he
in the
doesn't
name of
get
his
ahead
dream.
because-
yeah, I don't think it's not any real redemption at the end. It's like,
You don't think they were trying to give him a redemption
I
by
think
like
he gave
crying when he sees his baby?
Self-redemption. I think the character gave
it's
him
like
self-redemption
he's
that
an
was
incredibly
unearned.
self-involved person, you know.
I think he's gonna stay self-involved.
I didn't-
Yes,
I didn't- I didn't- I
We're
was-
saying the same thing. I don't think there's
don't.
anything where the movie is telling you, okay, he's cool now.
Like, that kind of confidence that he had and the things that he thought he could pull off is very unique to, like, being in your 20s, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, the things he said to Kevin O'Leary about his son. And he just drags everybody around him into his chaotic schemes. I sort of thought, like, in the end, he was probably not going to change.
Right, I mean, also I feel like sometimes like having a child is a narcissist dream, you know, like I don't,
Totally.
right, you know, it's like another me. Everybody wants to rule the world, you know, I mean, it's like, I don't think it's at all meant to be like, okay, now he's going to be cool.
I think he's defeated in the end. That's kind of how I took it.
He loses. Well, he wins the thing that is meaningless, and he doesn't even get to compete in the thing he wants to. Maybe it's one of those things where people are going to be annoying over time because the wrong people are going to have the wrong message, like Taxi Driver. You can like a movie about a shitty person, just don't go emulating them.
Yeah. Are there really people coming away from this movie like, yeah, Marty, you know?
I hope not. I don't want to
I
meet
don't
those people.
To give some credit to the filmmaker, the fact that this is a film about this like reprehensible person and had good pacing and stayed engaging the whole time. Like a movie about ping pong that somehow was interesting for 2 hours. But speaking about the performance, I think it was adequate. It wasn't bad acting. I think his acting was fine. I just don't see why people are so wowed by it. He kind of wasn't even in the discussion for a while, and then boom, top.
I guess I don't have strong feelings about Timothée Chalamet either way. But I think because the character is so unlikable with a less charismatic actor, the movie could be unwatchable. Like, what if that was Sean Penn playing? That'd be like, oh my God.
That is your point.
That's fair, yeah. I'm a Timothy stan, and I was like, ugh,
Maybe
maybe.
close to it.
Maybe,
Like,
maybe.
you want to be loving him.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's just terrible. A lot of people are like, that's the point, that's good acting. And I'm like, well, I don't know, it's like the
Best for
character.
people who are mad about Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I didn't necessarily think he was reprehensible. He's got that dog in him. He has a dream. He wants to make this happen. He needs to find the people with social capital. That's what a lot of ambitious people are like and want. And I don't think he's like evil for that, but that is...
maybe too strong a word, but
That's
you know,
how you
he's-
succeed in this country. I mean, like, I didn't find him like reprehensible.
Too strong of a word, but he was
Kind of a
not good
douchebag.
guy. Yes.
I mean,
He was a
I mean,
douchebag.
I think you have to be to a certain extent.
He was delulu.
Anybody, that's how it works, you know?
There aren't that many humble people who are extremely successful in the entertainment world, and
Right.
sports are entertainment.
You have to be a little delusional and a little narcissistic to even think it's possible for you to go out and try, I guess. But
that's
anyway,
completely true.
I would happily sleep at night if he were not nominated and Jesse Plemons
I
were nominated
love how
instead.
much of a tryhard Timothée Chalamet is. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
funny.
just like, try hard.
He wants
Do
it. He really wants it.
And I respect it. I like it.
Jealous much?
Can we just talk about how Michael B. Jordan literally played 2 different roles? So shouldn't he be nominated twice?
That's what I'm saying.
no.
Once for each twin?
I would vote for Smoke over Stack. I'm just kidding.
I would be happy to see Michael B. Jordan get this, but I don't think he's going to. Like,
Yeah,
I
I don't
just
think
think
so
he
either.
hasn't been in the conversation about the top. I mean, I think it's probably going to be Timothy, but I would rather see Ethan get it. Or
See, I thought it
Michael.
was like between Timothy and Leo, but I haven't been keeping
yeah,
up.
I think that's what
I think it is.
it is.
Editor's note. Since Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor at the Actor Awards, his odds have increased to 28% against Timothée Chalamet's 53%.
Well, I haven't seen Secret Agent, so I'm about to record a second thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, it's great.
I would be fine with anyone winning this. I feel like you can make a case for all the 4 that I've seen. Like, I genuinely don't know if I'm in the Academy and I have a ballot, who am I voting for? I'm honestly not sure. I guess for me it would come down to between Ethan Hawke and Michael B. Jordan. I might literally flip a coin.
Oh, wait. I just thought of a snub. Hamnet.
Paul
Paul
Mescal.
Mescal. Like,
They
he did
put
a good
him
job.
in supporting actor instead of
he's-
lead actor.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why he didn't make the cut.
And that's, I think, why he didn't make it.
Oh, I thought he did a good job.
I think
thought
he was
fine, but
great.
with this level of competition, to me, that's not a snub.
That
For
might
all of us
be.
strangers, it was a huge snub for me.
Yeah.
He's always pretty great, but I think he's got other movies in him that he
Yeah.
can shine for. Hopefully,
It
get
just-
recognized.
That movie just seems like every Hollywood person is behind that.
And it's all
very
over the
Oscar-y.
place. It is all in a lot
Yeah,
of
so that's kind of why I'm
categories.
surprised he didn't get nominated too.
I was actually thinking of Joel Edgerton.
Oh,
Because I think he
yes,
is...
that's
Train Dream.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was pretty
And it's
great.
like a seemingly sort of small picture that didn't have a lot of awareness, but then everybody who saw it started to be like, oh my God. So it started to get a fan base in Hollywood, and he was kind of like building a little head of steam and then just didn't make it. I thought that was a beautiful movie.
I thought so too. I was shocked by that movie.
I was surprised I liked
I'll
it.
go see Train Dreams. I'm like,
Yeah.
was not prepared for that.
Yeah, that movie is stunning.
Lovely.
It was beautiful, and he was great.
I want either Michael B. or Ethan Hawke, which I can't believe I'm saying I want
know.
Ethan Hawke, but I thought he was terrific. He was the best I've
very
seen him.
surprising.
But Michael B. Jordan, if I had the ballot in front of me, that's who I would pick.
Same, to be honest.
Please be honest.
Well, I mean, when Amy was talking about, like, what would I do if I had a ballot in front of me, I honestly don't know. That resonates. These performances were all so good.
Yeah.
If I were picking, I would pick Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Timmy
I'm
away.
going to go with Timothy. Yeah.
Timmy time.
Timotei.
Timotei.
To Michelle's.
All right, let's talk about some ladies. Best Supporting Actress, Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ebe's daughter Lilas for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, yay. Wunmi Musaku for Sinners, also yay. Tiana Taylor for One Battle After Another.
I like how you said
know,
Amy Madigan's
editorializing
name way
here.
louder than everyone else.
Sorry.
Don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel.
Well, it's not who I would pick, but I'm excited anytime horror gets any sort of recognition by the Academy, because I think horror is a really underrated genre in general. I think that you could tell so many different emotional stories with horror, and people do all the time, and then they're just like, well, you're not coming to the award show.
I want to see that, but I can't because I'm just a baby.
There are 3 jump scares. When I watched it with a teenager who hates jump scares, I had to warn him. I was like, all right, there's one coming right now.
I had to go online, which is the same thing I had to do in order to watch Get Out. I had to go online and read the plot ahead of time to like know what was going to happen. And in the case of Get Out, it was like, okay, I can watch that. Yeah. But this one, I was reading and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to watch that. And then one of my friends watched it on a plane and literally texted me from the plane, Denise, don't. This one's not for you.
They're very jumpy jump scares. Even when I'm expecting them, I'm still to brace myself. But Wunmi Musaku, who I've loved for years, so excited to see her
What else
nominated.
was-
I first saw her on this TV show called Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that great of a show, but she was incredible on it. And then she was in this movie called His House, which I feel like I even talked about it that year it came out as a snub, because that was such a great movie, a horror movie, that was also about the immigration experience, and not a single mention of it at all that year. And then she was on Loki, a Marvel TV series. Not worthy of her talents, but she still killed it. And then she's just so amazing in Sinners, and she's just smoking hot, can act the shit out of any role. I love her. I want her to win. I don't think she will, but I want her to.
I think she's the heart of that film. Like, she's the emotional center of that movie. It seems like such an important, like, her place in that movie, you know? I really would be super thrilled if she won. I mean, I think there's a lot to be said for Tiana Taylor. Her performance was amazing in One Battle After Another. And then her character also kind of, like, hangs over the whole film, even though she's not in it anymore after, like, the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, her character is still very much present throughout the whole movie, but those 2 performances stood out for me on that list.
I like everybody here, though. Even though I like Elle Fanning in Sentimental Value, and I did like that movie, I would swap someone out for her, probably.
I would take her out.
Yeah.
I feel like she was fine.
Yeah.
I would put in Naomi Ackie from Sorry.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah.
And then I would vote for her.
Yeah, so good.
My write and vote.
I hope that she's going to have a leading role, because she's always been great in supporting roles. She was like the best part about that movie when the
Blink Twice.
Blink Twice.
That movie stunk. I'm sorry. Sorry.
She was so
my
good
opinion.
in it. I thought.
She's good.
I thought she was really great.
She's
like,
good in Mickey 17.
Yes. Oh, she's so cute in that.
Yeah.
Also, Odessa Zion, Marty Supreme. I think this would have been her category, and she was great.
I think I can't believe I'm saying this.
Ooh.
I think I would rather see Gwyneth Paltrow here.
Oh.
Because I thought that was her best role since The Royal Tenenbaums.
She's good.
Really, really nailed it.
It's so annoying how good she is at acting because she's so insufferable.
She's not always good at acting, I don't think. But when you get the right script for her...
I have a question. What do you do with these categories when an actor is non-binary?
I think it's up to them what category they submit themselves for.
But what if they don't want to submit themselves into either because they don't identify as either? And
they
it's
just
like,
don't.
bummer.
Yeah.
Because
I think Eva Victor did submit themselves for Best Actress.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It sucks that they have to make that choice. I hate that.
I was really excited to see ER Fight Master in
yes.
that movie. I had like a little crush. They were on this like, I don't know, what do you call a video podcast?
It's just a podcast.
It's podcast. It's like called something like gay dating or something. I don't know.
Editor's note. ER Fight Master's podcast is called Jocular Pod.
Anyway, like the most amazing chemistry with the host that I was literally like, please date for real. But then I decided that it's just that ER Fight Master is so incredibly charismatic and they would literally have chemistry with everybody. That was what I decided.
Fun.
And like
I'll
one
send
of
it
my
to you.
favorite TV moments ever was on Shrill when it was like, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I'll have to find that episode and send it to y'all. That was my first exposure to, I had never heard of ER Fight Master before or seen them in anything. But then after that, I went down a rabbit hole. So I'm like, wow, they're cool.
Very cool.
Super cool. Yeah, Naomi Ackie, definitely.
Oh, did I say her name wrong?
Oh, I don't know.
I
What did you
didn't
say?
know. I said Ackle. But
I think it is Aki.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Wunmi Musaku would be my vote.
I guess this is the category I probably have like the least strong feelings about.
Mm-hmm.
If Naomi was in there, I would vote for her. But yeah, I would probably vote for Wunmi.
Christina?
Oh, I like Tiana Taylor. That'd be my vote.
That's a great choice, too. And she's leading on Gold Derby. She's leading. Editor's note. Since Amy Madigan won an Actor Award, she closed the gap and is now at 33.89% behind Tiana Taylor's 41.93%. I did really like Sentimental Value,
It was so good.
but Renata Reins's performance stood out the most for me.
Something that I looked up that I thought was interesting was Focus Features has 3 nominees for Best Actress from
really?
3 different
Interesting.
films. Props to them for...
Killing it this year.
Killing
Good
it.
job, Focus.
Chloe Zhao is the second woman ever to be nominated for Best Director more than one time.
Wow.
Who's the other one?
Katherine Heigl? Or not
Catherine
Heigl.
Bigelow?
Bigelow, yes.
Catherine Heigl.
She could do anything.
Yeah. That's our Catherine.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
All right, well, let's talk about Best Actress. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue. Renata Reinsa for Sentimental Value. Emma Stone for Bugonia.
This is a tough crowd.
This is a very tight ass category.
And there were at least 3 other people not on this list that could have been on this list, and I would have been like, yeah, of course. This is a really
I
good
would've-
year.
If I had to kick someone out for Jennifer Lawrence, I would kick out Jessie Buckley, even
Me
though
too.
I really like
Same.
Jessie Buckley.
Yeah, same.
But Jessie
What's
Buckley's probably
I'm
going to
hurt.
get it.
So
Is
hurt.
that the Gold Derby prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she's
it's 90%.
like, yeah, she's
so
been
that's
way
crazy.
high.
I feel like Steven Spielberg, whatever social capital he has in Hollywood, and I saw like an ad. It had a Jane Fonda quote about Hamnet and what a masterpiece it was. It's just
It
feels like they really love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I liked it fine. And I like Jessie Buckley a lot in general, but this is not a favorite type of performance for me. I prefer something like so much more subtle and nuanced, but it's also such a good category. I mean, I want to talk about surprisingly, if a lot of us felt this way, like Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue.
Yeah.
I did not want to see that movie.
Yeah.
Me either.
People are like, oh, it's different from what it seems like. It was actually kind of what I was expecting, but she was so good. She was so compelling and likable. I was really surprised by how good she was. How much
Yeah.
like I did not have a grudge against her for being there. You know?
Totally.
Because I think she was like the surprise nominee nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's definitely the surprise here.
She was great. I mean, that movie is nothing without her, honestly. Like, it's
Oh
just the
my
most
god, it would have been unbearable.
boring,
with her.
nothing movie. Like, I thought...
Why is this guy playing guitar in an 8?
Oh my god, that's like from minute one, I'm like, I hate this guy. Is this what this whole movie's gonna be like?
Go to the doctor when you have a heart attack. Like, oh my god.
Don't ever ask your child to defibrillate you.
Like,
I was like, go to the doctor.
I know they're working with a true story.
I know the beats in that movie that were true. I can't fucking believe it.
Right, like if you wrote a screenplay where a lady like almost gets run over in her front yard
Twice.
That was my god.
Like, they tried to kill me twice.
Please, it's like they're aiming for me.
That's what she said. They're right. They're aiming for me. That was crazy.
I've got to see it. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
yet.
sorry.
Oh, no,
I
shoot,
didn't
I'm
see
sorry.
Well, it is a
Spoiling it like crazy.
Spoiler
I mean,
free-for-all.
she gets hit in the trailer.
She does.
Yeah. The film was not at all what I was expecting, and I have very strong aversion to seeing the film because if I have to ever hear another person do that stupid bop bop ah thing ever again, it'll be too soon.
I'm so with
like
you
it
there. And
killed
I
that
actually,
song for
like,
me.
used to like Neil Diamond in
Yes.
some capacity until I started doing karaoke on the regular. And now it's really hard to hear a lot of Neil Diamond songs, but that was my favorite thing about that guy was that he didn't want to do karaoke.
Yeah, I know. And everyone's like, you have to open with it.
She's turned more to being a singer. Like she has
really?
multiple albums.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Her voice is incredible.
So
Yeah.
it seems like a perfect vehicle for
That is
her, and
perfect.
she wanted to be in music, but never thought she would be taken seriously. And now she's doing it. You know.
Yeah. Well, I hope that she's able to do more albums if she wants to.
Her accent, being somebody who has no connection to Wisconsin, it sounded really great to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was pretty impressed. And I keep trying to remember to ask somebody who does have a connection to tell me if it actually was a good accent.
I've just
or
read on
not.
the internet. Well, it's not just that it's good for that region, but that she sounds like the lady. Like,
Oh.
there's
Oh.
a documentary that this is based on. And she just sounds exactly like the woman from the documentary. And then she also sounds like my friend Brandy, which is really funny to me. Because my friend Brandy grew up in Wenatchee, Washington. So I don't know why she has a Wisconsin accent, but she does, and she sounds so sweet and cool. And also just like the raspiness of it. Like,
Yeah.
literally every single thing about that voice sounds just like my friend Brandy. But it kind of made me love her immediately as soon as she opened her mouth. And then she also is a really fun character,
Yeah, so it really is.
even when things get bad.
Part of why she's there, I think, is that surprise factor of people who didn't expect what they got.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's been 24 years since her other nomination.
Wow.
Big gap for her.
Wow, yeah. Editor's note. Kate Hudson was previously nominated in the year 2000 for her role in Almost Famous.
Okay, I loved Hamnet and I loved Jessie Buckley's performance. I thought the film as like a treatment of grief is really powerful for me, like how it was presented. I really loved it, especially the scenes at the end when she's watching the play and angry, like how dare you like say my son's name. And also that guy that played Hamlet in the play, I felt like should have gotten nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He was so good. I really liked that one. I mean, I was crying my eyes out and thought it was a great performance. I could totally see why the discussion is like Rose Byrne and Jessie Buckley, because Rose Byrne also gave a really compelling performance that is a lot about, I guess, grief, like overwhelm, but that's like a kind of grief. I don't know. Sometimes I wish that women could win playing like happy people. They're always playing people who are suffering.
Yeah.
Why do they have to suffer? And then like Emma Stone, like Bugonia, I, in retrospect, liked the movie, but in real time, I was having a hard time watching it because it felt like torture porn for a lot of the movie. The scenes where they're in the basement, that was kind of stressing me out. It just felt like torture porn.
Yorgos is very good at making you feel things.
Yeah, there was that. But then, of course, the movie like does like that, and I was like, oh my god. And then like the whole package, once it's all together, I was like, wow, that was like really freaking great. She was amazing. She's always amazing. I can't think of any time she's ever not been amazing.
I mean, she's got 2
So
Oscars
true.
already.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think she was especially suffering in either of those movies, like La La Land, and I was suffering because I didn't enjoy that.
I never saw it. That was what I didn't see.
Oh my god.
And I think Emma Stone has a record now. Didn't she just like tie Meryl Streep or
Oh, wow.
beat Meryl Streep's record for like hitting a certain nominations before age 30 or by age 30 or something?
How old is Emma Stone now?
She's like
She would have been
mid-30s.
Oh, here. She's 37.
37.
I knew I wrote it down. Stone, 37, is now the second youngest person in Oscar history to reach 7 nominations, trailing only Walt Disney, who achieved that milestone at age 34 in 1936. Additionally, Stone also surpasses Meryl Streep as the youngest woman ever to earn 7 nominations.
That's crazy.
In any categories. And so I think it's important to note that Emma Stone is not 7 times nominated as Best Actress.
Yeah.
She also has a
producer
producer nomination.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
She's
a powerhouse.
Huge fan of her, but yeah, I would like to see someone else get something. I would vote for Rose if I had the ballot in front of me, because I love that movie so much, and I thought she was so great, and I think she's been just kind of underappreciated for so long. She always kills it. Plus, I love if a woman is suffering in a movie, I also want it to be funny, which is kind of my issue with Hamnet, I guess. It's just like wall-to-wall suffering with no levity whatsoever. I don't think there was a single fucking joke in that movie.
True.
But Rose Byrne is so good at balancing the tone, and that movie was a great tonal balance for me in general. But yeah, I would be happy, honestly, with everybody here, but
Yeah.
Rose is my number one.
I would be least happy with Jessie Buckley, but I would vote for Rose Byrne. It's like pretty easy decision, even though I think everyone's pretty great.
But I'm so happy that Kate Hudson got that validation, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, she deserved it. It's an honor to be nominated. She definitely deserves recognition for that. She lifted up a movie that was otherwise really bad.
I'm interested to see what people think about The Testament of Anne Lee, Amanda Seyfried in that.
I mean, I
She's
love
definitely
her.
like
She's one of my
great.
favorite anything. I love her.
she's
She's
the
such
title
a good
character in the
singer,
movie.
too.
Yeah, she is a really good singer. I feel like the thing that maybe worked against her, like the script was not great.
That's like one of those movies, I'm sure it's really good, but like another movie from another year, like I went to see was like Women Talking.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, it just seems like I gotta be in the right frame of mind.
That
to
was
watch
also
it.
pretty wall-to-wall misery. I liked it, but it was like, I'm very sad now. I'm going to watch the funniest thing I could think of.
I like to stagger my animated, so I'm like, okay, I watched that. Time to watch one of these animated movies, like as a palate cleanser. Did anybody here see Hedda?
No, I want to because I love Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, there was a while where she was sort of hovering around. Amanda Seyfried and Kate Hudson were all sort of in that little space below the top 5. I can't remember who was going to be in the top
Cynthia
5.
Erivo, I
Oh,
think.
you're right.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Was Cynthia nominated for Best Actress last year, right?
Yeah.
But she didn't win.
Right.
I really wanted her to win. I mean,
I don't know. I remember hearing like, oh, well, the second movie is really where it's all about her character.
yeah, it is.
And she didn't win this time, but
I think they fucked her over by splitting it up. They
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that. There's so many reasons they should have just made one movie.
Yeah.
Right. Who did win last year for Best Actress? I already have forgot.
was that
too.
Nora?
Yeah.
Oh,
My
right.
God.
That was
Oh.
the year of Amelia Perez.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well,
I
I mean,
can't believe that was only a year ago.
I wanted Demi
Oh,
Moore
yeah.
to win last year. I mean, I don't mean I wanted her to win last year. I just mean Cynthia Erivo, I would like to see her with an Oscar. Like,
Yeah.
she's a great performer and
Get
likable
there. I think
person.
she'll get
And,
there.
you know, I want her to get her EGOT.
I think she will. Are we ready to move on to Best Director?
Yes.
All right, here are the mostly male nominees. Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners.
Great category for me. Easy pick for Ryan Coogler.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just for that one scene, which is like so special. Yeah.
That's why I was like, I'm waiting until we get to cinematography
Like that
to
is
talk about that
magic.
scene.
And I'm sure it's a challenge to direct like one person in 2 roles. They interact a lot, you know.
They interact so much.
Yeah.
They're standing right next to each other.
They have like a fight
all the
scene
time.
together, you know.
And it was
Yeah.
seamless.
There were like
Yeah.
body doubles some of the time. I was reading about it today. Like, and sometimes they are acting opposite nothing, but sometimes they're acting opposite like a body double just to like block things
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, it seems hard. I think that'd be hard from an acting standpoint too, to like not actually have your scene partner in the
Oh my
scene
God, it'd be
with
so
you.
hard. Especially if it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be Ryan Coogler. It probably won't be. Everyone's saying it's going to be PTA.
Do we know what the percentage is on Gold Derby?
91 currently.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
And of course, I
I'd
would
love
love to have seen Mary Bronstein here instead of Chloe Zhao.
Yeah.
Chloe
We can
Zhao.
only have one woman, which apparently we can only have one.
So I was saying earlier that she's only the second woman ever to be nominated twice in this category, or even like more than once. She's the first woman of color to be nominated twice
well,
in
that's
Best
pretty
Director.
good.
I like that aspect, but I keep coming back to Jafar Panahi being like slighted here. For sentimental reasons, I think I would pick Ryan Coogler. I did really think One Battle After Another was good.
Oh, yeah. I think it's really good.
I had to watch that in 2 installments because it was stressing me out too badly. Like the scene where Leo's character is on the phone.
I love that.
And like the
What time is it?
yeah, and like the people are
No,
like
it's me.
like you know that the military whatever people are like about to come bust his door down, and he's just like burp, 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 burp. And I was just like, it was stressing me out that they were going to get him, you know? And I guess that's great filmmaking. Like how stressed out I was at parts of watching that movie. Even though I don't like feeling stressed out when I watch a movie. It's good filmmaking when it happens. But yeah, that was when I was like, I got to watch this later. It's like, came back and watched the rest later. But
That's funny.
there's also the scene on the road. That whole scene, the blocking, the way it was framed of like they couldn't see each other because of the sign and the hill, and I thought that was
I did
cool
not
scene.
like that scene, but that's because it really actually made me feel physically ill. I think I might have been too close, and it reminded me of when I saw Punch Drunk Love in the movie theater, and I had to sit really close, and I again felt nauseous. He moves his camera so much, and I was like, oh yeah, this is how he used to make movies. His movies used to look just like that road scene, and then he kind of got away from that over the years. That was my least favorite scene in the movie, but I knew everyone was going to be like, I love that. But it's not for me. But yeah, he's a great director. And then Joachim Trier, I feel bad because I loved Sentimental Value. That was great. Like any other year, I'd be pushing for it more, but it was just, there were so many good movies this year.
Yeah, it's like in a way what I would call a quiet film. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like a quieter story, and it's hard sometimes for those stories to compete against the blockbuster, high energy things. Kind of reminds me of Past Lives. Like I really loved Past Lives, but it was like a more quiet story.
Yeah.
They can be just as powerful, and I think a lot of us can resonate with family drama.
Yeah, it was kind of unexpected. I thought it was going to be all about the father and his negative qualities and the effect that he's had on his daughters. But then also it was interesting to see his own experience as a child and like his mom who killed herself. I had sympathy for the character. I was not expecting.
And it's really interesting how he thought of his oldest child to play his mom, like, because he saw similarities between them, which is also why they were not able to connect all those years. There's just a lot going on emotionally, and it's about making movies, which usually Hollywood's all about.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a really powerful movie.
I'm sure I've said this before, but like Hollywood loves certain things are like always rewarded. They love when you're playing a real person.
Yeah.
And I personally think that it's because it is easier to rate the performance when you know they sounded just like the real person.
True.
Easier to rate that. But to me, it feels more creatively interesting and demanding to invent a character from words on a page. So I always get a little bit annoyed when the biopic characters end up winning, but they often do. And also they love when beauty goes ugly, and then they love movies about Hollywood.
Yeah.
Those are like the 3 things. If the film has any of that going for it, then I'm like, automatically it's going to do better than I think it should do.
So true. That's absolutely great observations. Christina, did you say who you would vote for there?
Oh, director?
Yeah.
I really like both Paul Thomas Anderson and Ryan Coogler, but I'm kind of leaning towards Ryan Coogler. Like, that was just such a special movie. But I really like One Battle After Another. That was so fun. And the pacing of it with the whole underground revolutionaries and the children that are born into it. I just thought it was really fascinating. Good movie.
It is a good movie, and the pacing was great there, too. It did not feel like you were wasting time.
Surprisingly, I really liked seeing Leonardo DiCaprio as a father. I don't think I'd ever seen that before.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know, the height of him as a young actor. I didn't get it. He wasn't for me, but now he's like really grown on me.
There were some times when Leo's character and Benicio del Toro's character are together. It had that like buddy movie kind of like feeling.
Totally.
And also like I felt so bad because Leo's just like a total mess. And like the Benicio del Toro, there's a lot going on for that character too. And he's so calm and he's like kind of the babysitter.
Yeah.
Anyway, that dynamic with them and like the scenes with them were really extra entertaining for me.
Yeah. That was great. They had a great interplay for sure.
The one where he's like yelling on the phone. So crazy.
Denise, what was your special category?
I'm doing song.
For best original song?
Yeah.
Dear Me, Diane Warren, of course, from a movie that no one's ever heard of. Diane Warren of Relentless. Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. I Lied to You from Sinners. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Vida Verdi. And Train Dreams from Train Dreams. What are your insights?
So I had a hard time trying to pick a topic, partly because there are 2 movies in this category that I have not seen, and I usually like to be able to compare everything in order to have a discussion. Mm-hmm. But for me, this category is about I Lied to You and Golden, and I have seen both of those, so I decided that I'm picking this category. But also, I will never miss an opportunity to talk about Diane Warren.
Yeah.
So she was nominated for original song. The song is called Dear Me. It's from Diane Warren Relentless. It's literally a movie about her.
No way.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
And I feel so bad for her. This is her 9th consecutive nomination, bringing her total to 17 times nominated in this category.
That's insane.
And she has never won.
That's wild.
She did get an honorary Oscar in 2022. So she now
She
has...
was like, don't do me no favors. God.
She has the 3rd most Oscar nominations in this category of all time. So yeah, I feel like extra bad for her this year because number one, you mentioned that it's like a movie that nobody saw, but her songs are always for movies that nobody saw.
Always. Yeah.
Always. It wasn't nominated for anything else except for song.
Flaming Hot Cheeto movie.
God, oh, I loved that movie. It was so fun.
Did she not write the song from Armageddon? I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Wasn't that her?
But that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
look at
Like most often her songs are for movies that weren't nominated for anything else. Well, she also wrote the song for 6888. I loved that movie.
What's that?
It's about the Black Women Army Brigade, the only Black Women Army Brigade that was sent over to Europe during World War II. Morale was really bad because people weren't getting their mail. So soldiers weren't getting packages from home. People from home weren't getting news about their loved ones overseas. Yeah. And they sent this group over there to fix that, fully expecting that they would fail at it, but they did not fail. They succeeded in an insane way. I'm going to make up a statistic. There is actually a real statistic. Maybe you could drop it in. But it's something like they delivered like 3 million pieces of mail in 2 weeks or something nuts like that.
Editor's note. They delivered 17 million pieces of mail in 3 months.
Fixed the backlog, which basically changed public sentiment about the war. I think they were set up to fail because of racism and sexism. So they won against racism and sexism, which was great. The movie stars Kerry Washington, and it's a fictionalized version of a real story. And at the end, in the credits, they show you some of the real women that were in this brigade. And I think maybe some of them got medals of honor from President Obama.
Nice.
Very heartwarming story, entertaining, heartwarming. And then she wrote the theme song that plays during the credits at the end. So that was, last year? Year before last year? It was recent. Anyway, Diane Warren, once again, nominated, wonderful songwriter. She's not going to win again because probably Golden is going to win. I have feelings about it, which is why I picked this category. Another one in this category that you literally can't see the film. It's not playing anywhere. Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi. So that film is not playing anywhere because no one expected it to get nominated for an Oscar. It was not on the radar. I think if you were to look at the ranking, it was probably like number 25 or something nuts. Like it was,
weird.
I don't know where it came from or why. It popped up out of nowhere. It was kind of bonkers. So that is a movie about a retirement home where like opera singers live.
Oh, God. Okay.
Seems pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's sponsored by the AARP. Or like the screenings that were showing were like sponsored by them.
God.
And then Train Dreams is, Nick Cave is one of the writers for that song. And it really fits the vibe of the movie. So those are the also rans. But really this conversation is about I Lied to You from Sinners, and Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I have been obsessed with K-Pop Demon Hunters like the rest of the world since I saw it, and am actually like now totally into K-pop. And I was never into K-pop before, but because of that, I'm a stay. I think this song is really amazing. The movie as an entertaining story, you know, there's nothing like outlandishly different or interesting about it as a movie plot, but all of the music from that movie is fantastic. And Golden in particular is a really well-written song, and independently on its own has topped the charts in over 30 countries, has reached certified gold or higher in 15 countries.
Whoa.
It won the Critics' Choice, the Golden Globe. It's probably winning a Grammy tomorrow.
Pretty big front runner.
It's a pretty big front runner, and I love the song.
Editor's note. Following Golden's Grammy win, the odds are now 88.74% in their favor, with I Lied to You at a way distant second of 9.96%.
I think one thing about song is what does it do in the movie? You know, to me, like a song that's part of the movie is more powerful than one that's just playing during the credits, right?
Totally.
And this song is like a critical thing in the movie, and the way it ties into the plot is really impactful. I also just really love EJ's story. EJ is one of the main writers of the song and also does the voice of Rumi for the singing portions. So she sings. She's part of Huntrix, the band in the movie that sings Golden. And her story is basically that she was trying to be a pop star in South Korea and was rejected as, for whatever reason, not good enough. And now here she is 10 years later, like freaking kicking ass and taking names. And I love it. So I want her to get an EGOT. I will personally write a Broadway version of K-Pop Demon Hunters just so she could get a Tony. All of that said, that one scene in Sinners, that song, I Lied to You, is the song for that scene. And it's like, I don't even need to explain which scene I mean, because you just say that one scene, everybody knows. Like, my hair stood up on my arms during that part of the movie, and I rewatched that, like I listened to all the songs before I came today, and I was like bawling like a baby. That scene is just so powerful.
It's about the power of music piercing the veil, and then you feel like that's happening when you're watching it.
Yes.
The song is doing the thing they're saying the song is doing.
Really
It's
magic.
crazy.
It's magical. The song, what the song's about, the performance by Miles Caton is amazing, and choices made in the scene, seeing the ancestors and descendants. Like, I'm choking up now.
I know.
Talking about it. It's so powerful. And so I find myself really conflicted because I have been a K-Pop Demon Hunters stan since I saw it, and I'm just really torn.
Yeah.
That's why I picked this category,
It's
because
a
I'm like,
good
I
thing you
don't know.
have to choose.
I know, because I don't know what I would choose. So anyway, I'm all for Golden winning because I feel like EJ's story is like an underdog story, which I like, even though nobody would say K-Pop Demon Hunters is an underdog in this awards season.
But it was at one time.
Yeah.
It was
And
great.
yeah, but I Lied to You is also really super great. So I'm really interested to see what wins. I'd be happy with either, except for, like I said, I want EJ to get an Oscar. And I don't think that K-Pop Demon Hunters will win the Best Animated Feature.
What do you think will win?
Lately, the conversation is skewing towards Zootopia 2, but for a while it was the little Amelie, or the character of Rain. It's good, but it's not particularly avant-garde or breaking any boundaries or anything. Just a solid, entertaining plot. So I don't know. I kind of will be surprised if it actually ends up winning Best Animated Feature. So I think that leaves song as a sure thing.
Yeah.
I would not be mad if I Lied to You wins.
Right. I gotcha.
That's my take.
Playing our song.
I always like the best costume design category.
The nominees for Best Costume Design are Deborah Scott for Avatar, Fire and Ash, Kate Hawley for Frankenstein, Malgosia Czernzanska for Hamnet, Miyako Belizy for Marty Supreme, and Ruth Carter for Sinners.
I too don't understand why Avatar is in there because it's like there's barely any clothing really.
It's crazy.
Frankenstein, Mia Goth had some really cool looks in a really fun way, almost like Poor Things had cool costumes.
Yeah.
I thought it had a couple of really good looks. And then Hamnet and Marty Supreme, I'm just sort of like, yeah, I can see that. It's like very to the period and very,
Sure.
I'm sure, historically accurate. There was something interesting with the red dress that Jessie Buckley is wearing in Hamlet becomes like faded. That was a cool detail they did. It's sort of emblematic of her character losing herself, I guess, in the grief.
They did a good job of making the clothes feel like real clothes that people would wear instead of like period clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, because her character was like, I don't know, witchy or whatever in the beginning. And so she had really the only color in the movie. I felt like everybody else's wardrobe was very plain and neutral. Nothing stuck out. I would vote for Sinners. Ruth E. Carter, who did the costuming for Sinners, also did a Black Panther costumes. Do the Right Thing, Coming to America, Baps, Blade, and both of the Black Panther movies.
This is the person who designed the costumes for Sinners.
Yeah. She said she had like this red, white, and blue color palette, and you can see in the twins, one of them has more red, and the other twin is in blues.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And the one coming from Chicago has like a more tailored custom suit, like he's coming from the big city and going back to the South. And then there's a lot of workwear there with the sharecroppers and the women in the movie. I love the dresses that they wear, like with the fringe and sequins. And Haley Stanfield has like this really cool silk pink.
Yeah, the dress
dress
is beautiful.
And then I thought there was so much variety and really visually cool looks in that movie. So that would be my vote.
Nice.
I just was looking up that costume designer and I found kind of an interesting tidbit of info, which is that some of the costumes for Sinners were recycled from Marvel's Blade reboot, which got scrapped.
Whoa.
I believe Ruth Carter was hired to do the costumes for that, and then the reboot got scrapped and they were just like sitting in a warehouse. So they bought those costumes and did reworking, recycling and stuff.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
That's
pretty neat, huh? That's
They're
really
pretty
cool.
different. I mean, there were vampire movies, I guess, but other than that, there's not much they have in common.
Maybe they were set in a similar period in time or something. There were some period costumes, but she happened to have a warehouse full of period clothing. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, this was one where I would have thought maybe Testament of Anne Lee could have shown up. And it was in the conversation as maybe one of the top 5, and then it just didn't make it. And I think it's rude that Avatar's there.
It is. It's an insult to every other movie.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I don't really get the Marty Supreme nomination either. Like, really? Come on. Like,
okay.
I feel like, to me, Marty Supreme way overperformed in the nominations in general.
I think any kind of period movie, that's a good candidate for an award.
Yeah. I guess because it's the 50s, it's hard for me to even think of it as a period movie. And the 80s music made it seem even less like a period movie.
Yeah, that's true. Amy, what's your category?
I guess mine's cinematography.
The nominees for Best Cinematographer: Darius Khondji for Marty Supreme, Autumn Gerald for Sinners, Adolfo Veloso for Train Dreams, Dan Louston for Frankenstein, and Michael Bauman for One Battle After Another.
I've seen all the movies in there. I mean, I would immediately take out Frankenstein. I did not like Frankenstein, and I don't think it has a great look to it. If I was going to vote, it's kind of a toss-up with Sinners and Train Dreams. And I would be happy with either one of those. I mean, again, Sinners is just so special.
Yeah.
Train Dreams is also just gorgeous.
Do you feel like we have a special connection to Train Dreams because it's shot in Washington?
Probably, yeah.
Like it resonates?
For sure, yeah.
Somebody implied that to me. They were like, well, of course you like it. It's because it's like your area of the country. And I was like, no, I feel like anyone would be impressed with it. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
So what? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, the reason
I
we
like,
like it
I
even
mean,
is
I live here
because
for a
it's
reason.
Yeah.
But it's not just that the scenery is beautiful, like just some of the ways it shot, like the trains or the fire. I was impressed with that film. But honestly, Sinners, just for that one scene alone,
And this is magic.
that
you know?
scene is so cool. But also leading up to when the shit hits the fan, my favorite part of the movie is everything from the beginning until the shit hits the fan. Like that whole like slow movement through their day of like getting ready to open. There's all these times where they show the sky, and knowing that it was a vampire film for me, that was like this foreshadowing of like you're watching the day go away and soon it's going to be nighttime and the vampires will be here. So it was like kind of foreboding.
Yeah.
But like showing a shot of the sky doesn't necessarily show you what time it is. But somehow the cinematography, the way they did it, and they were showing how the shadows hit.
Yeah. Right.
The cinematography was really
And I think one
great.
of the most special scenes is after all that, when the sun starts coming up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a fun fact about the cinematographer for Sinners, Autumn Gerald. Only 3 women have ever been nominated for cinematography, and no woman has ever won.
Oh, wow.
So it would be really cool if she won. And she's also the first woman of color nominated for Best Cinematography.
Nice.
Yep.
And she uses old and huge cameras and things that people need very special skills to use, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
So she's extremely accomplished in addition to all of the other things.
Yeah.
That'd be my vote, even though I love any Pacific Northwest vibe.
And she's Filipina. So she's the first Filipina and first woman of color nominated in this category ever.
Nice.
So that's what I would vote for.
I want to see it again. I only saw it once in the theater.
wow.
I'm really excited to see Seurat. Even though I know we're not talking about best sound as one of our categories, I want to mention that the sound team for Seurat, which is Amanda Villavieja, Leia Casanovas, and Yasmina Praderas, they make history as the first all-woman sound team
Oh, killer.
to get nominated.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
I'm rooting for that one, even though I haven't seen it yet.
That's great.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It's like about a dad who's looking for his daughter at a desert rave.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
I
think
see how the
she's.
sound would be really important.
I think I need to see that at the Cinerama and get the full impact of the sound.
Okay, I want to talk about the screenplays. It's hard to separate adapted screenplay and original screenplay, so I didn't. For adapted screenplay, Bugonia, which is based on the 2002 South Korean sci-fi thriller called Save the Green Planet. Frankenstein, obviously, we know what that's based on. Hamnet, One Battle After Another, which is based on a Thomas Pynchon story, and Train Dreams is a novel. I would get Frankenstein out of there. I don't think that they adapted that the best way they could. And I would put Time I Love right where Frankenstein is. And then I would vote for that. But I also am very happy if Bugonia and Trade Dreams win. Or One Battle After Another, really. Those 3. Even though Hamnet was good. Again, I like Hamnet, but it's just not as good as the other things, in my opinion. But then what I really want to talk about is Best Original Screenplay, where If I Had Legs I'd Kick You should be, but isn't. The nominees for Best Original Screenplay are Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Ronald Braunstein and Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Eskil Voigt and Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, Robert Kaplow for Blue Moon, and Jafar Panahi for It Was Just an Accident. I guess here I would get Marty Supreme out of there for that, because I can't speak to It Was Just an Accident, but it sounds incredible. So.
It was really good, yeah.
But Blue Moon, I was so surprised how much I liked it.
So good.
Wow, it was so fun. He was giving like John Waters meets Troy Dyer for me.
Right.
John Waters, if he'd never made another movie after Desperate Living, like kind of unsuccessful, bitter John Waters. He was such a fun character to follow, and then also he really hit all those emotional beats really well.
Yeah. And one thing about that movie, Blue Moon, that Matt pointed out, he's like, so if this was a standard biopic, this would have just been one half of it. And it's like we would have had to see his whole childhood and whatever sad thing happened, and then early in their career and building up to their first hit, and then we would have to all come together.
Give him a minute, son. Dewey Cox needs to think about his entire life before he plays.
You don't need any of that. You have everything you need in this one night. Like,
Yeah.
That's what is special about the screenplay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That, I think, is one of the issues that I had with Testament of Anne Lee. It's literally like, and she was born, and then when she was 5, and then when she was 13. My God. I wish that it had done something like that, where it just picked like one little chunk and just zeroed in on that instead, you know? This category is stacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good one.
I like how you were like, adapted screenplay, I don't have much to say there. And then you're like, and I had the same thing. My note is literally like, one
I just
battle
wanted
after
to
another, I
mention
guess.
it because Time I Love should be there, but and then also Blue Moon has these long monologues. Like Margaret Qualley has such a long monologue with no interruption.
Yeah.
It's so hard to pull that off.
Right.
Writing it and then also delivering it. And I think it doesn't drag editing. I mean, it's just people talking. Walking around a restaurant talking. And it's absolutely riveting. And it does tell you everything. It tells you the whole story.
Yeah.
It's so natural. It's like you believe it because these are people who like to talk, and they like to talk about themselves, and they like to talk about their history.
Right, and they're like show people, so they're always going to be kind of like that.
And I did love Bobby Cannavale. They kept quoting Casablanca because it's like, that's what we do. We quote movies to each other all the time.
They're also, they're used to people listening. Not only do they like talking about themselves, but they're also used to people wanting to hear the story, you know?
Oh, totally.
Want to be close to their fame.
Yeah, like he knew he had a captive audience in that piano player kid, right?
I would take Marty Supreme out and replace it with Sorry Baby.
Yeah, Sorry Baby. I'm sorry I keep forgetting about Sorry Baby. Sorry Baby. Sorry Baby.
Sorry Baby.
Yeah, I would get Marty Supreme out of there for sure. Obviously, I loved Seminole Value and Sinners, and I'm sure I'm going to love It Was Just an Accident. If I was voting, I would vote for Blue Moon just because it was such a surprise for me.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I agree with you because I think one of the biggest strengths of Blue Moon is from the screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much so. I do like it when something takes place on one location. That's always fun. And I liked that it was like the real restaurant too. I mean, I think.
It almost could have been a play. Like that would work as a play, you know? Yeah.
But it's like a known restaurant that they're walking and having all of the scenes in them. So that was cool.
When I was doing my little research for statistics or whatever, the director for that is Linklater. Yeah, Richard Linklater waited 10 years for Ethan Hawke to be available to play that role.
Wow.
Oh, I actually read it was a little different than that.
Oh, really?
Ethan Hawke was like, I'm ready to do it. And he was like, you're not old enough yet. And Ethan Hawke was like, I'll put on old age makeup. And he's like, nope, I want real wrinkles.
Okay. So it wasn't that he was waiting till he was available. It was like, you need to ripen.
And he shaved his head, which I'm always like mad respect when they do that. He shaved his head into that terrible comb over.
God, it was
that was really his hair that he did to himself.
Oh, wow. God, that's so the dedication. Yeah.
I say we just grow up, be adults, and die.
So, always looking at nominees, there's a lot of discussions, you know, like Oscar So White, and the mostly male nominees were Best Director. Yeah. So this year, actually, there is a record-setting 74 women nominated this year, which surpasses the previous high of 71 set in 2023.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that's kind of cool.
That's like the 4 casting directors right there.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so glad they added that category.
Yeah. And we had like the all-women sound team for Surratt. Yeah. There's a woman, Greta Ribari. She's nominated in 2 categories. She might be nominated in Best Documentary and then also like Best Short Documentary or something like that. So that was kind of cool. And then Cindy Kugler, she was a co-producer on Sinners. She's the first Filipina producer ever nominated and the 3rd Black woman ever nominated for Best Picture.
Sweet.
Oh, wow.
And she and her husband are the first Black married couple to be nominated in any category.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
I love when there's firsts.
Yeah.
Del Toro is the most nominated Latino producer in history. And I actually think Benicio Del Toro also has a record. I think he's like the most nominated Puerto Rican actor. Anyway, I read a whole article. It was like naming all of the firsts and statistics and milestones and stuff. There was also international films busting into other categories.
Yeah.
There's more. I think there's 4 this year that are nominated in other categories, and I think that might be a record.
That's cool. Maybe they should get rid of Best International Feature and replace it with Best Non-Binary Actor.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be interesting to think about like what would happen in acting if they didn't separate it by gender, if it was just lead acting performance of any person of any gender, what would happen?
Yeah, in the old days, I'm sure it was just, it would have been a sausage fest all around.
Yeah.
But now we've all established that women are good actors.
I mean, I feel like that's why you have a separate category because representation is shit unless you do. So I feel like if I identified as non-binary, it would make me really uncomfortable to have to say I was one or the other if I literally don't see myself as one or the other. Like, to get the award, I'd be kind of annoyed by that, to be honest.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Like, get it together, Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess I picked the wrong time to be a human being.
All right, well, let's talk about Best Picture. Bugonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams.
Yay!
Mostly good crop.
Yeah.
Except F1.
Get one out of there.
What the fuck? Why?
Get Frankenstein out of there.
Yeah, I would take
Yeah.
Frankenstein out. I didn't see F1. I'm sure,
It's just
like, I feel like I would
boring
like it.
racing movie.
I would probably like it, but I didn't think I would like it enough to actually see it, so.
No way it's a best picture.
I don't understand it. It was a perfectly, I guess, entertaining movie. It's a Brad Pitt movie. He's always Brad Pitt in every movie. I never see a character. I just always see Brad Pitt. It's just a bunch of racing and loud.
I think maybe, didn't they want to do a box office category this year? And people were like, no, let's not. So it's like...
Yeah.
I don't want them to do that.
I know. No one wanted them to, so they didn't do it. So maybe that was why we wanted to do it. Someone owed F1 a favor or something.
Golden Globes added that.
It's
What the
annoying.
Movie that makes the most money.
Yeah, that
Or,
seems
you
like
know,
a-
that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
it's
you already
what's
have
the
a
best
reward. It's-
popular movie that wasn't like an Oscar movie, you know? Like, I feel like I kind of get the distinction. Don't we all have movies like, oh, I really like that movie, but I wouldn't say it's like an outstanding picture.
Well, make it a viewer's choice. I'd way rather see a viewer's choice award
Yeah,
than a
Yeah,
box
I love
office.
that.
Because maybe they're saying that box office is viewer's choice.
maybe.
That's not the same.
It's not, but maybe they think it is. Like, you already won your prize. It's like the bajillion dollars
Right,
that
that's
you
what the
earned
money
from
is
your
for.
movie. Yeah, I think the thing with F1 is I'm not a racing fan, but as far as people have talked about the film editing and the way the scenes are shot from inside the car, that those racing scenes are so great and well done. People have literally said this is everything a movie should be. Like, they think it's great. I was like, meh. I don't know enough to maybe be impressed when I should be impressed, but as a regular casual viewer, I was kind of like, I don't get this.
There's
I
a
don't-
big push to make F1 more of a popular thing in the U.S. Like, they're trying to
F1 has gotten really big.
They're trying, like, the streaming rights. I don't know who's got those, but they're...
Oh.
I don't know. It's kind of boring to watch on TV. NASCAR is the people's sport, I guess, and F1 is... I don't know if,
Soccer is
if
the people's
Americans
sport.
are as into it.
I
but
just don't like driving at all. Like, I don't like driving in real life. I don't want to watch a
To
movie
watch
about
driving on
I don't wanna
TV
watch
in
people
a
driving
circle.
for a sport, and then sometimes they die. Great. I don't want any of it.
Your comment about the streaming, there was a big thing for like who's going to get to stream Formula
Right.
One. It's Apple TV.
Oh,
Which is,
well, yeah, I
think,
mean, it's
made
a
the
very
movie.
strategic movie. I mean, like, there's a
I
reason
think that's
why
the
they
case.
made an F1 movie.
Well, it makes a shit ton of money in Europe, so I can see why they would want to.
They have it in Vegas now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's coming up a lot.
Yeah.
Like, Vegas has become so much more of a sports city, and they have F1 there now.
Starting in 2026, Apple TV is the home of Formula One racing.
So there you go.
Makes sense that they did the movie to promote it, which makes it feel even grosser to me that it's
does.
nominated. Talk about crass
Separation
commercialism.
of commercialism and cinema, please. We'll never have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we going to prom or to hell?
I always approach the Oscars as like, this means this was the best movie. Like, if you win, it's because you were the best. But this year I've been a lot more tuned into the campaigning that happens.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's over the top. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You can pay to have special screenings
Yeah.
to get access to voters, and you can have a panel at the end, and it's like a whole new opportunity to tell the story of the film and get people more connected to it so they'll vote for it. And it's like
Yes.
all a paid thing.
I was just reading that Kate Hudson, Goldie Hawn hosted a Q&A like
Sure,
after
yeah.
a screening. So I don't know. I'm still a fan of the Oscars. I still love all the hoopla. It's my version of the Super Bowl, but it's interesting that it isn't actually a statement of what's the highest quality work that was produced.
I mean,
in the
the
year.
most notorious, like, I think people say, like, the sea change was when it was Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan against,
Shakespeare in
Shakespeare in Love. And, like, Harvey Weinstein changed the marketing. It's about the campaign very much, too.
It is, yeah.
Kind of makes me disillusioned
Yeah.
by awards.
It's expensive. That's why the famous thing about David Lynch renting a cow and sitting on Sunset Boulevard for your consideration for Laura Dern for Inland Empire. That was like all the money he had to do that. Basically, he's like, my entire for your consideration budget is this. And he just sat on Sunset Boulevard for a day with a billboard and a cow. It didn't work.
Oh my
but...
God.
I mean, that was a
R.I.P..
long shot anyway with Inland Empire.
I just want to say R.I.P. David Lynch.
Oh,
like,
God.
what a
Yeah, it
freaking
was
loss.
Did it every day. Yeah.
It was an Aquarius, actually. I just discovered, and that makes so much
Oh, his
sense.
birthday's
It's
coming up
very
then.
much an Aquarius. He's January 20th, so he's right after the
Oh,
cusp. Literally, the 20th is the day that Aquarius starts. So he's a cusp baby.
Wow.
But it makes sense because Capricorns, it's like all about the work ethic, and Aquarius is all about thinking so far outside the box that people are like, what the hell are you talking about?
He's the perfect cusper.
Yeah, he is. All right, about movies. Have we sufficiently trashed F1?
Yes,
Or we
it
like
is.
feel
So
we
we're trying to talk about Best Picture. So One Battle After Another is 77% on Gold Derby right now. And Sinners was 17%, which is crazy.
so
It's not even like a
surprising.
close second.
But is that
It's
second?
a
Like everything
distant
else
second.
is
I
below?
feel
Yeah.
like it's, like,
Wow.
But it's like such a distant second. Editor's note. Since we recorded this episode, there have been a few other award shows, in particular the Actor Awards, which changed the odds significantly. Best Picture is still One Battle After Another, with a commanding lead of 78%, and Sinners is still a distant second at 17%.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Gold Derby was wrong about a lot of stuff
They
when it came to the
were.
nominations
Yeah,
this year.
yeah.
So
That does make you feel better, yeah. I would just absolutely love it if Sinners won. That's what I want more than anything.
you know, the more we have talked about it here, I think coming in here today, I was agnostic on whether One Battle After Another or Sinners was the better film. But I think it's like they were both really great. And Sinners just has like an extra special something that touches you in a way like One Battle After Another didn't touch me. Like it was entertaining. I was along for the ride.
Yeah.
I was super stressed out. Oh no, they're going to get caught. Like I was in it, you know, but it wasn't affected long term by it. Whereas I feel like Sinners, I've been affected.
Editor's note. After Denise saw Sinners one more time on the biggest screen in Seattle with the best possible sound, she was compelled to record an emphatic addendum to her take on the film. Here it is.
When I first saw Sinners in the movie theater, when it came out, I was expecting a vampire movie. So I came away from Sinners feeling like the most interesting thing in the movie for me was everything leading up to them opening their club. The cinematography was gorgeous. But once the vampires entered the bar, it kind of like got a little lost for me, and I didn't feel like it offered anything new as far as like vampire lore goes. So I didn't feel as enthusiastic about it as everybody else appeared to feel. That said, I did find it very interesting and meaningful that it was using vampire lore to say something about race, identity, assimilation, cultural appropriation, who belongs and how and where and why. So in that regard, I think it is not just a good movie, but like an important film. And I saw it again in the theater recently and have completely changed my interpretation of it. And now I think it is the best film of the year by far. It's so well done. Knowing what's going to happen later, I could see how everything that's happening leading up is so tightly tied. The phrasing in what they say, the way the angles of the shots are, there is just so much foreshadowing, and not in an obvious way that's like pandering. So having seen it a second time, I can't stop thinking about how great it is. And I revise my earlier opinion. It is not a mediocre vampire movie. It's a really powerful American story. And I still stand by that the scene where Preacher Boy is singing and everyone's dancing and the ancestors and descendants are there dancing in and among everybody else is the best scene of any movie all year. And I literally can't even talk about it without getting choked up because it just was such a powerful scene.
And then also even just for Coogler, like his other movies, he's a great director, but it's his masterpiece. And it's a masterpiece. And I don't know if I would say that about Any other movie on this? Well, maybe, I mean, Bugonia is great. I have no quibbles with it at all. And Trade Dream is also great, but Masterpiece really seems to fit Sinners for me, like, on every level. I haven't seen Secret Agent. I feel like I would like it.
I thought it was great. I had feelings. I still think about it. Last year, there was like maybe a half-hour stretch in Anora where I kind of like got bored and tuned out a little. I feel like you can't be Best Picture if I tune out at all.
Sure,
That's
like,
a good rule. I like that.
You know, like I gotta be in it the whole time. And like I wouldn't have Frankenstein in this category personally, even though I'm predisposed to like gothy stuff and I like Del Toro. I just didn't see it as being that great, you know, and Marty Supreme just like annoyed me. I still think about Secret Agent.
Okay.
Like I think about it sometimes. What happened in the movie and how it ended and
How long ago did you see it?
Probably right around the new year.
Okay.
Maybe even like that weekend.
Yeah.
And you only saw it one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty powerful.
And I'm kind of like
You've probably
still...
seen a bunch of things since then, too.
Yeah, even though when I saw Hamnet, I came out of it like, oh my God, that was amazing. And I had a million tissues and I don't think about it as much. You know, if we talked about it, I would be like, oh gosh, that scene with Hamlet on the stage and when her son is going through the doorway with the light hitting in a certain way after he's gone. That
For me, it was like when the twins were just lying next to each other, that whole, oh my God, that was the scene for me. Where I was like, you fucking got me, movie. Now I'm crying.
Yeah, so that movie moved me and it like captured my attention and I was along for the ride, but I don't think of it as much. I'm not saying I don't think about it, but I don't think about it as much. The only thing I think about Marty Supreme is how pissed off I am about how nominated it got and how there are categories where I wish something else had gotten its spot. But yeah, The Secret Agent I still think about, and Sinners I think about like all the time.
Sinners, I think too, was such a getting people into the, I don't know,
Yeah.
like it's a movie
It's a real
theater
event movie, yeah.
And it was like an event going to it, and that's just so much more poignant to me.
Yeah.
It's like a moment. It's a cultural moment.
Really
and I think it needs to be acknowledged for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a cultural moment. I mean, I saw Bugonia at the Cinerama,
Oh, me too.
and I can't imagine watching it on a tiny screen at home streaming. It would not be the same experience. That's another one that maybe it doesn't pop into my mind spontaneously, but it comes up a lot. Maybe because a lot of people I know are only just now seeing it.
I definitely think about Bugonia a lot, but I'm a Yorgos stan. I love all Yorgos. I usually see a Yorgos movie multiple times, and
I love him.
And then there's elements in that movie that hit me on a personal level as well. But yeah, you just can't deny Sinners to me. I mean, they might, but you should.
For me, if I was a voter, it was not even any contest to me.
Yeah.
And there's most I would be fine with winning like anything but F1 or Frankenstein. Or sorry, I wasn't crazy for Hamnet. Hamnet is something I would have never thought about again after seeing it. But it's fine. But like Sinners is such a standout.
I also love Yorgos. Talking about films that you think about, I still think about The Favorite. I think actually The Favorite is probably one of my favorite movies that I've seen as part of my whole like Oscars seeing all the movies things. That movie stuck with me. There was a lot in that movie that stuck with me that still sometimes pops up.
Yeah, he's a very unique filmmaker, and now pairing up with Emma Stone, it's like
it's a great combo. They're doing a Super Bowl ad.
Oh my God!
Oh, are
I
they?
can't wait to see that. He's doing a Grubhub ad too.
He was.
Super Bowl's gonna be so lit this year. Narrator voice. It really was. Any final thoughts about the Oscars before we get to Denise plugs?
It's gonna be fun.
And we have some like precursors coming up, like
All right, the
SAG Awards are on the 1st, and then the BAFTAs are coming, and then Oscars are on the Ides of March. Beware the Ides of March.
Beware.
Well, thank you so much, Denise. This has been amazing as always. What would you like to plug?
Well, I recently launched a new career as a menopause doula, supporting people through perimenopause and menopause, which starts much earlier than you think it does. My website is seattlemenopausedoula.com, and you can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, Seattle Menopause Doula. And I would love to help any women out there who are sitting there sweating, or you're not sleeping, or you're irritated about everything. It's not you, it's your hormones.
You're itchy, you've got hair growing in new places.
All the things.
You've got
You've got a new
Migraines all of
food
a sudden.
allergy.
Oh my
You've been
gosh,
diagnosed
no.
with ADD in your 40s.
I
Like,
developed
there's
an allergy to turmeric. Just out of nowhere.
Oh, that's terrible
But
because
it's not
turmeric
that
is like what
turmeric
they're
is so
like,
good.
oh, take this if you
I
need,
know.
like, you have joint pain. It'll help with
That's how I
inflammation.
learned about that. But it's not as bad as my friend who I feel so bad for her. All of a sudden, she's allergic to pistachios and cashews.
Oh, that's
No allergies her entire life, and she's just fuck you, menopause.
I'll just die then because I could never
know.
have a nut allergy.
I
did
know.
not know
It's
that.
like, this is how I
about
die.
allergies.
Right.
There's all these symptoms that might start for people in their late 30s. They're so like unrelated to each other that nobody realizes that they're actually related to each other. Oh, you have tennis elbow, so you see like a orthopedic doctor for that. Or like you are having trouble concentrating and now we're going to diagnose you with ADD. Like you're seeing a psychotherapist or a psychiatrist for that. No one's connecting all the dots and saying, wow, there's estrogen receptors all over our whole body. And this is all how these different parts of our body are reacting to the lack of estrogen or the decrease in estrogen, which is a hormone that makes us agreeable. And when it goes away, like rose-colored glasses have been taken off, kind of, in a lot of ways. You've been ADD your whole life. You've just been masking really well. And then now that the estrogen is going away, you can't mask as well anymore. So it shows up.
Preach. Oh my God.
I'll probably start doing monthly circles that are either tied to like the new moon or the full moon, different seasonal things like the equinox, because taking time out to like pause and connect with yourself is an important tool in managing your menopause experience. So I want to help create opportunities for people to do that.
That's great.
Yay!
I want to read about it. I'm going to look up Seattle menopause.
Seattle Menopause Doula.
Doula is spelled D-O-U-L-A.
Correct. Yes. And like most people have heard of birth doulas, but there's death doulas and gender confirmation doulas, and there's all kinds. But menopause doula is relatively new in the United States, a little bit more established in UK and like UK related places.
Very cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I feel like we need more support for this experience.
True. So I went through menopause young, so I've been numb for like 9 years. But when it was going on, it was the same time my child hit puberty, and there's so many resources for going through puberty, and I'm like, this is the same thing. This is like another puberty where you're like, what's happening to my body?
It's puberty in reverse,
It's-
basically, and your body's like hooked on estrogen, and where is it going? I think the difference between puberty and menopause is menopause hits us at a time in our life when we're probably the most in demand. Like we're being pulled in the most directions. Maybe we have like a career, and we have aging parents, and we have kids, and like everybody needs everything from us. And meanwhile, our brains are literally rewiring, and we're supposed to just keep showing up just like nothing's changed. It's not possible, I don't think. I feel like it's asking too much of people to do it without any support. And then sometimes people don't know what support they need, you know? So that's like one of the things I do as a doula is help people figure out how to talk to their families about what they need. Like, what can your family do to support you? Because you are probably like the hub in the wheel, you know? So like, what can your family do to support you? How can they help create a little bit of space for you to be able to breathe?
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
So glad you're doing that.
Yeah. Also workplaces. There's a page on my website specifically for employers. So if employers want to hire me to help them create a more menopause friendly workplace, that's another service, because fairly high percentage of women leave the workforce in menopause because they have a hard time. Like performance starts to shift. You might get more forgetful, or you're having horrible insomnia, which means you can't produce at the same level you've been producing. So sometimes you start getting written up for things, or you start not meeting expectations, and it's like biology. So being able to create more supportive workplaces would help more women stay in the workplace and not think that they're losing their minds or failing in some way, because they're not. But it's just society. Basically, society just needs to totally restructure.
Yeah.
But failing that, I'm here to support people in menopause.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we did it. Happy Oscars.
Yay!
That was
Go
great.
us.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed this episode of Paid in Puke, please take a minute to give us 5 stars on your preferred podcast app, such as Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon. If you did not enjoy this podcast, no further action is necessary. Follow us on Blue Sky at Paid in Puke Pod, on Instagram at Paid in Puke Seattle, and on YouTube at Paid in Puke Podcast. Paid in Puke is hosted by Amy Green, Jessica Baxter, and Christina Barr, Music by Silent Partner and Jessica Baxter. Produced and edited by Divine Betty Media. Thank you for listening. You're beautiful.
Lick it up, baby. Lick it